Hello and welcome. This is an advanced React course, and in this course, we'll build a complete e-commerce website using React.js. And after end of this course, you can able to build any e-commerce websites. It's a dream project, obviously. So if you are a front-end developer, you don't need to know backend or any backends. We will just do front-end development and build a complete e-commerce website. So you can see these awesome websites, and our design is elegant, and the most importantly, our all functionality is very dynamic. So here at the top, you can see this is our navbar, and here on the banner sections, you can see search options. Here is categorizations options. You can choose any of this category. And if you type any of this product, so for example, let me type shoes. All the shoes related products are shown here. You can see there are some suggestions. So you can choose any of these from these suggestions or type others products. So for example, let me show the features actually. So here are the some suggestions, and if you hit any of these, then the product will pop up here, and you can see the product details, prices, and here is the add to cart option, checkout options. We'll implement these features a little bit later, but let me just cover other features on the home page. So here, choose any products category. You can choose any product category. Just look the card hover effect. If you hover, then awesome and smooth hover effect is applying here. So I think this is very interesting for you, but most interesting thing is still to be discovered. So here is a simple product sections, and here by default 8 products are showing here, and you can implement categorizations here. So by default all products are showing. If you hit shoes, then you can see shoe related product. You can just click bags for bag related products, phones for phone related product. As we have limited data, that's why one phone is showing. If we have more data about phone, then other phones will be shown here. Then beauty product, as well as this is a classic promotional content, and here you can see we have 60,000 customers, and here the locations. By default, if you hover, then a tooltip will open, and you can see how the effects is. I will share my secret so that you can build this type of hover effect when you hover. So this will show specific locations. This is a sections for if you want to become a merchant, you can apply from here. After then, it shows that you can just download our app sections, and at the end we have a classic footer sections, and these footer sections is very popular for e-commerce websites. You can see and here you can see categorizations. You can move to any products page or any pages from here. But let me go to the top. Here at the top, there the second most interesting thing is our shop page, and it's the main page for e-commerce websites. So if you click here, then you can see our shop page, and here is the sections. It says this is home, then shop, and here it's showing 12 products per page. If you hover, you can see awesome effects. So by default, when you hover, you can see more details about this product. You can just react lab, or you can just go to the or add to cart page here, and you can also move to the specific but single product page by clicking this product name. Okay, let me show the first one, or this one. If you hit the eye icon, then you can see this is our product image. So here is the product details, product name, reviews, then prices, and you can see the descriptions. And if you want to check out, then you can select your specific size, then colors, then you can choose quantity by clicking here. You can just remove from using the minus. You can apply coupon if you have any coupon. Then when you are okay, then you can just add to cart. So hit this button. So this product is added. So how you can understand which product is available? If you just hit this checkout option, okay, then it will says without login to your website, you cannot go to the checkout page. So that's why you must be logged in to this website. So here you can use your email and passwords and then submit to login. Otherwise, you can just log in with social media. You can use those Gmail accounts using this. So, but if you don't have account, you can just sign up to create a new accounts. So to register here, you have to provide username, then email, passwords, and confirm passwords. And you can also register using social media. But let me implement a manual process. So for example, let me choose a name for this and then email, by default this email, and then let me choose a password. 1 2 3 4 5 6. And now if you choose any wrong passwords, if the first password and confirm password is not matched, you cannot sign up. So let me try 1 2 3 7 8 9. Okay, if you hit this get started now, then you can see password doesn't match. Please provide a correct password. So if the true passwords is not matched, you cannot sign up. So here, let me try again with correct passwords 1 2 3 4 5 6. And here also 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, fine. Now if you hit this get started now, okay, after a few seconds, you can see your account is created successfully. So if you hit this OK button, now you can see your profile is showing here, and here you can see there are sign out options, shopping carts, and profile and orders. So we wanna go to shopping carts. That's why we will click here. You can see we added one product and the product price is 245, and here the quantity, and this is the price option. So if you want to increase the quantity, you can just hit this plus icons to add quantity, and you can see here the total is increasing also. If you reduce, and then the price is 735 and now 492, and you can see now if you hit one, then the price is here. Then there are two options, update cards and proceed checkouts. So after then here you can see total card prices here and total order prices here. So for implementing these features a little bit more, let's add another product. So for example, let me choose this pant. So here you can just say your size as well as colors. Let me choose blue colors, and then the quantity also to quantity, and then coupon code. Then you can just add to cart options. Okay, fine. And let me add another product. So let me choose from here. We wanna choose a cap. So for example, this cap size ash, then 1. Okay, fine. Now let's check out page. So here we have 3 products. You can increase any of this quantity. And now this is the total, and then total prices here. So if you want to buy, then the next process is that you have to go to checkout. So if you check out, there are 2 options. You can just buy using your Visa or MasterCard, or you can just choose PayPal. You can see. So this card is showing smoothly also. And so to buy using your card, you have to type your card name, then card number 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Okay. Then you can choose expire date 23 CVC 56, and now if you hit this add card, okay, look, your order is placed successfully. So by default we are showing a alert here, and it says your order is placed. Now if you click here, you will direct to your home page. Okay, so this feature is interesting, but let me show another thing. If you just hit this logout, okay, our account is moved, and now we can go to the cart page. So for example, let me show you. So by default, okay, this is our cart page. Look, it says you have to log in. So to log in, we have this email, and okay, let's try with the incorrect email password. So 1 2 3 9 5 7. I just type random passwords here and just submit now. it says please provide valid email and passwords. So without providing correct email passwords, you cannot log in. Okay, fine. Now let's try to do it using your Gmail accounts. So that's why if you hit these Google accounts, then you can see a pop-up will load here and you can sign into this website using your Gmail account. So for this, let me choose my accounts. And again, you can see this is a new users. You can see this is my photo here and we didn't add any card. So that's why our card is empty now. Okay, fine. So let's go back to our shop page again and let me show you some other features. So here by default 12 products is showing, and at the bottom you can see this is the pagination. So you can move to any pages. So let me click here. So page number 4, and you can see our products are changed. So now another 12 products is showing. Let me go to 6 number page and you can see it's changing. And then if you want to use the arrow to increase the page or decrease the page, then you can also. So now this is 6, and if you hit here, then it is number 5 page. And if you hit again, now it's the 4th number page. And now to increase, you can see now 5, 7, 6, 7. So it's working. And now let me show another awesome features. By default, all product is showing. If you hit any of this, then the product will change. By default, if you hit this men's pant, then you can see all products about pants. And now we have one page only. But if you choose man boots, you can see also one page and all boot related, then bags, caps, bottles, one page. So that's why we have limited products. That's why one page is showing. But here you can see on the men's sneakers, you can see 2 pages. So paginations is very dynamic and it's very important for any kind of e-commerce websites. Now let's implement our search functionality. Here you can see this is a search field, and you can type here any product's name to get the specific product suggestion. So for example, if we type SS, that would be shoes. So that's why all shoes related product is suggesting. We can choose any shoes from here. So you have to either click product image here or just hit these titles. So then you can go to the specific product. But let me show again. So if you type PA, that would be pants. So that's why pant related product is showing. Let me try again. So if you type BOT, actually that would be bottle. So that's why what bottle is showing. So if you click the titles of this product, then you can see this is the bottle, and you can also just purchase this product here. And that's another feature, but it's not the end. Here we have another features. So by default, you can see each row we have 3 products, but here we have 2 icons. If you hit this one, you can see your product is showing list style. By default, all products is on list style, but when you just choose this one, this will be grid style. So look, it's showing with wonderful effects. So that's why it's very interesting. And next, let's move to our blog page, and here we have some blogs. When you hover, then cards will be showing some effects, and then if you hear this image or just the title or just read more buttons, so then you can check more details about the specific blog. So by default, let me hit here a better alternative to grading schools. Then you can see at the top, this is the image, then this is our title, then publish date, then writers, then we have comments, then you can see we have the blog details. And here, if you hit this, it will redirect to the YouTube or the video platform where you can show your video blogs here. Okay, fine, that's it. And here we can see some popular tags and some popular posts. Okay, fine, that's it. Then let's move to the about sections. So this is a very simple about sections. We don't have much content here. So But let's reveal the interesting thing on the contact page. By default, this is contact page, and here you can see we have shown our company locations actually. So by default, you can just hit this plus icon to get more details about our company locations. You can just use minus to zoom out actually, and you can also hit redirects to this company locations. I will show you how you can just implement Google Maps to your websites. And then here are company informations, and here is their form. Okay, fine. So all the thing is very interesting, but now let's check the mobile responsiveness. So that's why we have to inspect this. Okay, let me click this inspect, and now you can click the most small screen size, and here you can see our website is very clean and our design is very responsive. So okay, fine. Look, this website is completely responsive, not only responsive, completely responsive. You can just click here to get more details about your profile. Then you can hit this bar to get nav items drop down, and then click here to close it. We have a info icons. So when you click, then you can see we have options to login options, and still our search features also be work here. So that's why you can see all SS related products are showing, shoes related products are showing. So that's why our features is working. Okay, let's check it with a larger device. Now it's closed. So this website is very completely mobile responsive, so you don't need to be worried about this. So now at this time we have to create our projects. So for this, let's go to our home window, and here we'll create a folder first. I will show you from the starting, so you don't need to worry about. So create a folder. The folder name would be React e-commerce website. You can just define any name here. Okay, e-commerce websites. Our folder is created. Now we'll open our VS Codes. Looks, it's our VS Codes, and drag this folder to VS Code. Okay, fine. Now you can see this is our folder name, React e-commerce websites, and inside this folder, this is empty. We have no files here. So we will install React using Vite. So that's why we'll go to React router DOM, React router DOM. So if you type React router DOM or just search React router, then you will just go to these websites. From here we'll just hit these tutorial sections. Why from here? Because you will get step by step installation process. So under this setup, you can see firstly you have to command npm create Vite at the rate latest. So just copy from here npm create Vite at the rate latest. Okay, fine. Now you can just, from the three dots, you can just open new terminal, or you can just drag from here. So if you drag from here, you can see this is our folder name, and now here we will type npm create Vite the rate latest. Okay, fine. Then dot slash, actually these lines, so you can just copy it from here, just paste it here. So if you do this and then dot slash, that means this file is installed under this current folder. So that's why press enter now. It says you have to define a project's name. So okay, this name is okay, so press enter. Then we have to select a framework. As we're going to use React, then you must have to ensure that React, you can use up and down arrow to move from the different frameworks. So that's why when React is targeted, you can see underlined is here, then press enter. Now we have to choose a language. We're going to use JavaScript, so that's why we will move to JavaScript and press enter. Okay, look, there are some folders are created here. So now we have to command npm installs. You can see npm install. Okay, just copy this line and then paste it here. Okay, fine, press enter. It takes a few seconds to install npm packages based on your internet speed, so that's why please wait until it completed. Okay, fine. Now we have to command npm run dev to see our websites on browser side. So okay, npm run dev, press enter. Now here we have a localhost link. To open the link, press Ctrl and click here. Okay, fine. Now here at your browsers, you can see a new project is created and it's using Vite and React. So this is the default home screen of the projects. So we have to customize these projects. So for this, okay, let me close this terminal right now. And here from the src, we will get some folders here. But our main focus is app.jsx because it's the entry point of a React project. Firstly, look here, we have a fragments icon here, and inside these fragments we have some code here. So we will replace all the code, we don't need this. So simply we will take a h1 tag and here we will type hello developer. Okay, fine. So if we just change it and look here, some warning, it's for ESLint. So we'll just delete the unused variable from here. So all the unused variable is now clean. And if you check your websites, now you can see hello developer, the text we have written in this line. So you can understand our app is rendering from the app.jsx file. We will just start coding from this file. Okay, fine. Now a great announcement for you. If you want a better learning experience, then you can check the description and there you will find a course link. Actually, this course is completely free on YouTube, but if you want to get premium support and want to purchase the source code, then you can enroll this course. Here you can find step by step projects guidelines, and here you can track your progress and other advanced features of Udemy that will help you to complete this course properly. And I hope if you really want to support me for these projects, you can enroll this course. Now our next task is we have to install some npm packages. So that's why firstly we will install react router dom. So for this, install react router dom, just copy this line. Okay, fine. Now open your terminal again. Look, here is one terminal and here our react app is running, so that's why we will need another terminals. You can just split here. Okay, just hit here to split your code. Now you can find here another terminal. We'll run our commands here and be sure that the project's path is react e-commerce websites. Okay, fine. Then paste our copied code npm install react router dom and now press enter. Okay, going to install now. And here our next task is we have to set up our router. So to set up a router, look, we have to go to main.jsx file and there we'll just import the color code. You can check here. This is the some dark color and some dark color here. We will copy this and okay, fine. Now we will go to main.jsx file from here. Here under the index.css, we'll just paste our code. Okay, fine. Now then our next task is we have to set up router. So that's why const router equal browser router and here there's some code. Okay, just copy this and now paste it here. Okay, fine. And then next task is we have to use router provider and then render router. So okay, let me delete all this code and now here just paste router provider and here router equal routers. So it's by default router and we just render this router component here. Okay, fine. Now here's some error, we'll just ignore it right now. Okay, let's check our website. If you check your websites, now it says hello world, but at the app.jsx you can see hello developer, and if you change it React developer, okay, let's check if it's work. You can see it's not changing because we already set up our router here, and it says it will render hello world. So this is the hello world. Okay, to render our app we will use app component here instead of a single div. So that's why just a angle bracket, then app, then close this, so slash close angle bracket. And now if you check your websites you can see hello React developer. Okay, now at this point here's some error, so that's why let me fix it. We can just do it manually. Just copy this code and add slint .cgs. So here under this div you can just a quotation mark and paste the code, after then a colon, then you can just define 0 or something, or off obviously, so no use perf, so that's why it will not show error. Okay, fine. Now React router DOM is set up. We have to delete all the default styling here, so that's why look here at the app.css we have some styles, default styles actually, and index.css there's also some default style. Okay, fine, let me delete all the styling here. Just mark all, press Ctrl A to mark everything in this file, and then delete. Okay, now from app.css press Ctrl A to mark all backspace or delete. Okay, fine. Now let's check our websites. All the default styling has gone. Now we'll have to set up Bootstrap. In this project we are going to use Bootstrap, so that's why go to Bootstrap 5 actually we're going to use, so that's why at the first search results you can get the Bootstrap official web. You will move to the home page or home landing page. Okay, from here you will get this npm installation code. That's why we will copy this code, and from the terminal, okay, let me go a little bit up here, paste your code, npm install Bootstrap. Okay, fine, now press enter, and it says this is the version we're going to use. That's it, our Bootstrap is set up. And if you want to check from the package.json, you can see our Bootstrap is set up, and this is says dependency is Bootstrap. Now we'll install React Bootstrap, so that's why we'll type React Bootstrap, then this is the websites, click here. Now to get started, firstly click here, we'll copy this command. Okay, fine, then again you have to paste your code here. Now install React Bootstrap here. So we're going to install some packages first so that our projects will be ready for development, and then we will install React counter app. So React counter app, and from the npm.js hit this, and this is React counter app, and here's the code. Copy this code and here npm install React counter app. Okay, fine, install these packages. Then our next one is swiper.js. Swiper.js, type swiper.js.com. so hit this get started button. Now install this. Okay, npm install swiper. Again install these npm packages, and lastly let's install proper.js. So for this we'll search proper.js. Okay, fine, and then from the npm packages proper.js / core. Okay, hit here, copy these also, we have did this many times, and paste it here. Okay, press enter. So I think everything is installed. You can check your dependency here, and if you don't follow me I will provide you this code, so don't worry. So right now we are at here, let me close this, and now look, if you check your websites, this is by default styling right now. And if you just watch our dream projects, this is our dream projects, and in these projects we have lots of image assets and text. Look, you need those images to build these projects and this type of images. If you check blog, then there are some images we needs all the images and data. So for this project, so for this we have already a dedicated Git repository to download this data. So let me go to our GitHub profile, and here if you go to repositories and then search advanced React JS e-commerce websites starter files, then you will find this specific repository, and you have to download this repository. You can use git clone and https command, or you can just download zip. Okay, let me download zip. Just hit click here, set a download locations, and it takes a few seconds. Okay, when it's done, hit this folder icon. Now you can see this is a folder. We have to extract it, that's why extract files, and then after a few seconds you can see this is the folder, and inside this folder you can find in src folder you will find assets. Inside assets we have some folders. Inside these images we have all images like for page images. Then in the blog we have blog images. So we need all the image and assets, so that's why we'll go back a little bit, and here we'll copy the last three files and folders. Actually utilities, assets and products, we'll copy this. Okay, let me copy, and then we'll back to our projects, React e-commerce websites, and here inside this src we'll just paste it. You can now see utilities, products and assets folder, and inside assets folders we have folders. So in the VS Code, if you check now, right now we have assets. Inside assets we have css, images, js and sass, and then here we have product.json. Here we have lots of product data, and for in the utilities folder we have blog data list actually. So now let me show you another thing. If you just go to the public folders, from here you can find we have a fav icons and project descriptions. If you hit this project descriptions, then you will find a step-by-step guidance and some data here. First, look, we have to connect css and js file to the main.jsx. So here look at this, we have main.jsx and we didn't connect our css, so that's why we'll do it. So for doing this, let's hit this src folder and then main.jsx. Okay, fine. Here just copy this swiper css, bootstrap css, and here is the fonts. So which fonts we will use in this project, that's why this. Okay, copy this, and now inside this main.jsx, here paste your code. Look, we have imports bootstrap from css/bootstrap. So if you check your src folder, then assets folder, and inside asset folder we have css, and here you can see we have bootstrap.min.css. then inside the js folder we have bootstrap main.js. so all these styling is required to get started with me. Then our next one is we have to change our title and fav icons. So for these fav icons, in our git repository you can see inside this public folder you will find fav icons. So you can download this from here if you want, then define your specific projects react.js, and inside this public folder we'll keep these fav icons. Okay, fine. Now if you check your VS codes, inside this public folder you can find fav icons. Okay, let's use it. So to use it, we'll go to index.html, and here we need to change the href. So here we'll just slash, and then inside public folder we have fav icons. So we don't need to define it's a public folder, just delete it. And now if you check your websites, you can see our fav icons is now changed. And then here we need to change the titles. Let me define e-commerce website using react.js. Okay, now if you check your websites, you can see e-commerce website using React JS, and you can notice the style is changing based on the bootstrap. So as we have only a tag, and here is something, and now if you try to just design based on bootstrap and try text primary, then you can see now it's text primary based on bootstrap. You can define fs4, so now it's a smaller font size. So if you defined margin, then you can use m.5. Now we can see here is some specific margins. You can add padding bottom or to the top, so you can define padding to the top. So all bootstrap css will works here. At this time we are going to create a React component and then render it on our app section. So that's why let's close this one and put it to JSONs. So we will have to create a folder first, as we're going to plan these websites. And here look, we have pages, and in different pages there are different types of components. So actually we're going to build this project based on pages. So that's why for the home page we'll create a home folder first. Okay, let me define home folder, and then inside this home we'll create a React component. That name would be home.jsx. Look, it's a JSX syntax, and here simply type RAFCE. Then you will get a code templated. Actually this code templated is from a extension. So if you want to use this extension, go to the extension tab and here search React, and then you will find this extension ES7 plus React Redux React Native Snippet. So you just install this extension and then you will get this code template. Okay, let me show you again. RAF see that React arrow function export component, and then press enter. Our home component is created. Now we'll just use it on our app here. But before that, let me define a route for this. So here this is the app route, and we'll define a child route actually here. So for this children, and then a colon, then we will take a square brackets. Inside these square brackets we will use curly braces. Here define a path. So our path will be slash, actually it's a home route. Then here we'll define element. Okay, fine. And we want to use home component by default on the root path, then close it. So at the root path we'll find home component, so we defined it here. But if you check your websites, nothing changes. Look at the home.jsx, we have just home, we have written home here, but here anything is not changing. So to make it working, we have to go to our app.jsx. So here is the app.jsx, and here we don't need this right now. Now here we will import outlet. So type outlet and import it from React router DOM. So if you check your websites, now we can see this is home. And for example, let me define a navbar. So nav, it's navbar, a default text to check how outlines work here. So now here you can see this is navbar and then home. If we have different pages, what will happen? Actually, let's create another page. So for example, we're going to create a blog page. So that's I type blog, and inside this blog page let me create blog.jsx. You can get these again, so it will help you to understand properly. Okay, let me define this blog.jsx, and here we'll define RAFCE, that means React functional components. Okay, fine. Now add our main.jsx here. Okay, to format this, press shift alt and F. Now it's formatted. Now here we have only one child, and if we define another child for the blog page, okay, define a path, then we will define slash blog. It will be path for the blog elements. Then we will render our blog component here. So that's why blog, and then import it now. Okay, close it. Now this is the home route. You can't have any path here. If we define blog and press enter, look, number is fixed, but our blog is here. So if you have more pages, if you define a path here, then it will work. Look, by default it will home, and then when you define a path here, it will render on the outlet. Next, we'll create our navbar. By default, we're rendering our navbar from app.jsx, and it's manually. We'll create a components and then import it from here. Okay, for this, select this src and then hit this new folder. Here we'll create a folder named components, and inside this components, make sure it's selected, and here we'll just define a navbar component. So that's why nav items.jsx. Then as usual, we'll define rafce and press enter. So a nav items component is created, and we'll just import it here instead of hard-coded navbar. So here a angle brackets, then type nav items. Look, we don't import item, it's from React Bootstrap. We will use our own components, that will be nav items, and this component is from dot/component/nav items. So these components. So if you check your websites, now it's nav items. We'll design our nav items right now. So for this, here by default we'll define some use states. So if you want to get snippet, then this one is use its states, but before me, let me define it manually. Okay, const, then a square brackets, and here we'll define use states. Then we'll define when menu toggle, what will happen, we'll define set menu toggle, and the value will be by default false. Okay, and if you want to use snippet, you can just type use straight snippet, and you can find this snippet. By default, if you type social toggle, then you can see it's, you don't type it manually, and then you will define a value. This value will obviously be false, so again it's false, and you can define a capital letters here. And for the next one, let me copy it. So press shift alt and down arrow, so make it copy, and lastly here we'll define header fixed. When the header will be fixed, we'll define a logic for that, and is will obviously be capital letter. By default it's false. Okay, now let me define a logic for the header fixed. So here we'll just define add event listener. Okay, so for this window dot add event listener, and here we'll define a scroll. When we scroll, what will happen here, we'll just use a anonymous functions is a arrow functions. So that's why these functions has no name. Then here inside this arrow functions, we'll define if statement. Then if statements, when window dot scroll to the y-axis and the value is greater than 200, then we will set the header fixed to the true value. So when we scroll to the y-axis, actually when we scroll this way and the value is greater than 200, then we will define header fixed, and else the header fixed will be default value that was false. Okay, our logic is here, and we have some use states. Now we will just create the other stuffs in this nav items. So here we will just make our navbar. Okay, here we will use semantic tag, that's why we'll use header. It's header instead of div, and inside this header here we'll define a comments. So it's header top, it starts from here, and then we'll define a div. So actually inside this div we'll define another div and define a class name container. So it's a bootstrap class, and inside this container we'll define another div, and its class name would be header top area. Okay, fine. Then we will define link. We have to import link from React router DOM. Okay, let me close it. And here we'll define a path. So that's why to, and the path will be slash sign up for now. And then we'll define create account. If you check your websites, you can see it's create accounts. And then here actually we'll keep it inside a span tag. Okay, fine. Then we'll create another link, and then inside this link we'll define login. So here path will be slash login. At the first link create accounts, we'll add some styling, so that's why class name, then lab button, its custom class name. We have write all our css on the css folders. Inside this css we have styles.main.css, and we have all css there. So we'll use that css and just make our website. So me, that means margin to the end will be 3. And if you check your websites, you can see create accounts and login, and the default styling is applied here. Okay, fine. Now to this div, here we'll define a class name, and it will be a template string. So that's why let me take a curly braces, and here template string. And on your keyboard there is a tab key, and at the top of the tab key you have defined template strings, and this one will be header top, then d on medium devices display will be none. Okay, fine. And then we'll use string value. When social toggle is active, we'll make it open, otherwise it will be empty. Okay, you cannot find it. Actually we defined it empty none. Okay, let me delete it, and now you can see on small devices it's hidden, and on higher device it is visible. Okay, again just paste the d none, d empty none actually here, and add the header. Here we'll define some styling, so that's why class name, and it will be obviously a template string, and inside this we'll define header section, and then style /4. So then $, curly braces. When header fixed, we'll do something, and then we'll define header fixed. This will be fade in off, and after then we will take a clone, and there's some styling, it's empty. So our top sections is done here, and then here we'll define header bottom. So header bottom, then we'll take a new div. The class name will be header bottom. Okay, inside this div we'll define another div. This will be container, class name container. Then here we'll define another div. So class name header wrapper, wrapper. Make sure you type properly, and then we'll take a new div. Inside this div we'll have logo. So let me add a comment. This will be logo, and then the class name will be logo source active, and here we'll define a div. The class name will be logo, and inside this we'll take a link. We will import link, and then inside this link we'll have to define a path. This path will be slash, and inside this link will render a image. Actually it will be logo, so let me import logo. Import then logo from dot dot slash assets slash images slash if you scroll, then you will find logo slash logo.png. So it's our logo. And now we'll just define curly braces and press the value of logo. And if you check, you can see we have shopping logo. This is our website's logo. You can see this type of logo is here. We'll just close this div logo, and then we'll define menu area. So we'll take another div. Inside this div, we'll define a class name menu area, and then take a div. The class name will be menu. Then we'll take UL tag, and inside this UL tag, we'll take li tag. Inside li tag, we'll just use React link, then define a value for home, then we will have to define true. This will be root path. This way we will define others nav items. So let me define 4 nav items or 5, another one. Okay, first one is home, second one would be shop, third one maybe it's blog, then about, then contact. Okay, if you check your websites, you can see home, shop, blog, about, contact. We have to styling this, so that's why. Okay, let me define the path here. So this will be shop path, this will be blog, about path, and contact. Okay, now here we'll add styling. So target this eval tag, and we'll use template string. So that's why curly braces, template string, then lav eval, and then a dollar sign, curly braces. We'll just define these logics if menu toggle, jodi menu toggle, when menu is toggle, then we'll define active, otherwise it will be empty. Okay, now let's see. It's now styled properly. If you just inspect, look, it's hidden on the smaller devices. Actually, we will just create a menu bar, and then when we'll click the menu bar, these items will shown. So that's why we have to do that. But here, so here is the eval, close this, and here we'll define links, link, then first link will be for sign up slash sign up, and it will be create accounts, actually create accounts, and here we will add some class name. So lab Patreon me3, t by default none, d on medium devices will be blog. Okay, let's check. So here we have a buttons, create accounts, and then we'll just define another. This will be login. So the path will be true equals slash login, or you can define slash, it's not mandatory. Then class name will be d none, d on medium devices, it will be blog. Okay, now here it is. So this time we will create something better, so that's why. Okay, let me cut it and then paste it under this div. Let me define this is sign in and log in or create the accounts, then paste it here. Make sure it's inside menu area. Okay, if you check now, you can see your styling is changed, and you can see this is the buttons, logins and logouts. So let me format this code. So for this, shift alt control F. Okay, now we'll just take another div. So this div will be menu toggler. So menu toggler. Okay, here we'll define a div. This div will be some span tag, actually 3 span tag, and here we'll add class name. Then the class name will obviously a template string, so that's why here we'll define header bar. Then d, that means d on large, it will be none. So on large device it will be none. And then dollar sign, then curly braces. Here we'll just add logic. So for this menu toggler, so copy it, and inside here we'll paste it. We'll define what will happen when it's active and then what not. So first tip, here we'll define active class. By default it will none. Okay, now if you check, nothing changes, but when you inspect it and on the small devices, you can see here is a bar. It's main bar for this line of code. Okay, here we'll add some logic, so that's why when one click, here we'll define a functions. Then we'll define set menu toggle is not menu toggle. So this logic, so actually when you click, then you can see the effect is working. Wow, how easy it's. But when you on the larger devices, the button is hidden. Look. And then let me close this, and here under this div we'll define social toggle. Social toggler. So here we'll define another div. We'll use a info icon, so it's actually icofonts. So these websites will use icons from here. We'll use info type icons. So this type of input type icons or squares, so this one actually will copy this, and here we'll paste it. But it's a class, but we have 2 class names, that's why there is an error. Okay, now if you check your website, there is a info icon, so we have to do some styling. That's why we'll take class name, and the class name will be ellipsis, ellipsis, then bar. Then d on medium devices, it will be none. That means display on medium devices none. Look this one. And then we'll add one click. So on click, and then we'll just define arrow functions, and it will be set social toggler not social toggle. Okay, fine. So how it will work, if you hit here, you can see there are 2 options at the nav top bar. This will be create accounts and sign login accounts. When you hit, it will be hide. So let's check, final check how our nav bar is right now. By default on larger device it will be this type of nav bar, and when you just reduce sizes it will be this, and again on the small devices this will be this type of a nav bar. So we have already done our navbar, and you can see this is our navbar, and our next target is these banner sections. Look, we have a banner here, and here is the input field, here some categorizations, and if you search any product, for example SS, then shoes related data is presenting here. And if you want to check pant related data, you can see all products about containing pants name, it is presenting here. So by this way we will implement this functionality on our banner section. So to make this banner, look, we are presenting this project based on page, so that's why this is our home page, and as this banner is on the home page, so that's why we will create a file on home sections. So this is a home folder, and we'll create a banner here. So banner.jsx, components, and as usual we will type RAFCE. Then this is banner component. We'll import this component from this home, so make sure it's home.jsx and this file. So now let me delete this, and inside here we'll just import banner. Okay, look, we have import banner from /banner, and now if you check your website, now it's banner. Previously it was home, now it's banner. Now let's design our banner. So to design our banner, firstly, look, we will need some data to copy. So for example, if you check your description, so this is our starter files, and here we have a project underscore description.md on the public folder, and if you check here you will find all the text for the home page, and as it's a banner section, so we have banner list. Okay, we'll copy it a little bit later, but before that let me define title and description of the page. So we'll define const, then it will be title, then we'll take a parenthesis, and inside this parenthesis we'll actually take a h2, and here we'll type search your your product, one from thousands of products. Okay, fine. And then we'll define a description of this page, so that's why this. Okay, here we'll pass a string value, and we have the largest collections or collection of products. Okay, fine. Largest collection of product. We have defined two variable, and inside this title we have a h2 tag, and here we have simply a descriptions. And now we have to copy our data. Look, in the section 2 text for home we have banner dot a banner list, and we'll copy this. If you cannot understand this way properly, you can switch to code sections. So if you scroll, here is the banner list, and here we have some data. We will have to copy this. Okay, let me copy it. Press Ctrl C for copy, and now paste it under these descriptions. So this is some data. If you format this, so shaped world F, then you can see a banner. We have some object in this array, and every objects we have a icon name. This icon is from this site icons. So, and then some text here. Okay, now next let's design our banner section. So to design our banner sections, firstly here let me delete banner, and we'll add a class name here. So the class name would be actually banner sections, and then style will be 4. Okay, then here we'll simply take another div, and inside this div we will add class name container. All the design is already done. You just have to write a specific class name clearly, and then here under this container we will take another div, and this would be a class name banner content. Now inside this banner content we'll simply render our title from the top. Okay, copy this title and paste the value here. And if you check your websites, you can find this styling and this text. Okay, fine. So why this type of design is already done? Actually we're going to focus on functionality, so that's why we already write all your css in this style.min.css. In this file we can find all the css. So you can see all the css is here. We have written and minify it, so that's the size would be reduced, so that's why we minified it. Okay, now title is done, and you can see this title. To modify it a little bit like our websites, look here, we have a color, so that's why we will add a span tag here. So uh, let me cut it and add a span tag and paste it there. Now look our websites, here's the color. And next target is we have to create this input field. So for this, under this title, we'll define a form. We don't need this action, so that's why delete this. Then inside this form, we simply take a input field, and this text, and this will be value of search, and id is obviously search. Okay, fine. Then a placeholder would be search your product. Okay, fine. If you check now, you can see a search field is here. Then so for implementing search, we will have to define some use states. So here under this banner component, we'll define use states const, then a square bracket, then here we'll define use straight, and by default the value would be empty string. Then here inside these square brackets we'll type search input, then set, and there would be set search input, so s would be capitalized, and then we'll define another use states, and the value would be filtered products, and this value would be set filter products. And here instead of string we will pass a data, so we will just import our product.json data. Look inside this product.json data, we have all products, so we'll import it inside this banner section. So to import it here, we'll type simply import, and then we'll define pro a name here, actually product data, and we'll define the from where we are going to import, so dot slash, and you can see products.json, so these data. And to check if you console log, okay, let me try it to check console log. Okay, clg console log, and if you type product data, and right now if you inspect your sites and check your console, let me reload it, and now you can find all the products data is here available. The number one is about ultra boost 22 shoes. Okay, if you check the first one, you will find ultra shoes 22 shoes, so all the data is loaded here, and we will use that data. So that's why by default, let me comment out this, and here instead of this empty string we will just pass the value of the product data from this. Okay, this product data. And now here inside this input field we'll pass a value. The value would be search input. Okay, search input. You can see nothing changed, and after then we'll add a on change function. So on change, then we'll define handle search. So as we're passing a functions here, so that's why we defined a filtering or search functions, search functionality, okay. Then we'll define a functions here, we'll just paste this name actually here, and then it's will receive a event, and then we'll try to check our events. So console log event dot target dot value. So if you check, just inspect it and look, if we type SAS, it's typed here. Okay, fine. Now here our first task is we will define variable. This would be search term, and we'll just simply define it event dot value, event dot target dot value. So let me delete this. We don't need this console log. And here in under this search term, we'll just set this search input field. Okay, just copy this and then here paste it, and we'll pass this search term. So if you do this and try to search something, you can see we are able to search product. If we type shoes, here is the shoes, but we haven't show any product, so that's why we have to show products. To show products here, we'll just define filtering products based on search. Okay, fine. So for this we'll define a const, then filtered equals, we'll just use this product data, actually this product data dot, and we'll just filter methods. We'll use filter methods, and here by default we'll find product, and then arrow functions, and here we'll just define product dot name, then we convert it to lowercase, and it would be a methods, that's why a parenthesis, and then we will includes methods, includes what would includes, we include search term, this search term. So this search term dot two lowercase methods. So after you just type this filtering, just set the filtering value filtered products to the filtered value, this value. Okay, pass it here. So now we have to make a sections for this, but before that let me define a p tag and pass these descriptions. So at the top we have a description, so pass it here. Now you can see under this search field we have a simple descriptions, and under these descriptions we'll simply define a UL tag to show our filtered products. Here we'll define a class name. The class name is lab UL. Then inside this we'll just map our filtered products. We'll check if search input field is available, then we'll just filter product dot map, then we'll get products arrow function here, and then obviously we will just try to get a index number here, and here we'll just take a li tag. Inside this li tag we'll just take import link from react router dom, then here we have to pass a k props, and this k props would be the I, that means index, and here on this link we'll just product dot name. Why product dot name? Actually look, every products will have a name, that's why products dot name. And here we will define a path, and this would be a template string, that's why a curly braces, and here we'll define it would be slash shop. So every on the shop page we'll just target a product based on id, that's why we'll use template string. So product dot id, every products have an id. So you can see index products.json data, every product type id will filter. For example, we have a shop page, look, we have a shop page and we have a product. So look, this is the stylings, we have shop and then we have target and id. Based on id will show products, that's why we are just simply define this way. Okay, if this done, and check your websites and try to search something, look, I'm typed shoes and all the shoes related data is here. If you type pants, then pants related data is showing. If you type bottle, all the bottle related data is showing. So our filtering is working. So here we have a button actually, so search button, and the type would be submit. And here we'll just use a icon, we will use icons from icofont. So we'll just simply search icon and we'll just get this icon, copy this, and now inside this icon paste it here. We have to change it class to class name. Now if you check your websites, we have search icon here, but here look at the home page, we have categorizations. So let's do this for now. So for doing categorizations, we'll create a new component. So let me close it, asset folder, and we have components. So inside these components we'll just simply create a new folder, and then we'll just define selected category .jsx. So press enter, and here we'll just array fce. So by default we'll receive a props that would be select, and then we'll return, instead of this div we'll return select. Okay, select element, HTML element, and inside this select will pass some options. So to check these options, if you on your project description.md and scroll a little bit, let me check the preview. If you scroll a little bit, then you can find selected category. This is the selected category. Okay, let's check it on the code sections. So home category, then selected category, we'll just copy all the options. Look, just going to copy, and here look, category done. So we have to copy this. So press Ctrl C and now paste it inside this select. Okay, and format this code, Shift Alt F. So this code is formatted, and now we'll import this category to the banner section. After this, above this input field, so we will import selected category. Actually maybe I mistake the name, so let me correct it. SELE selected category, and here obviously would be selected category. Let me type it again. selected category, and we have to export it. So this would be export, and now we'll use this here. And as we are checking these select, so that's why we have to pass these props. So here we'll pass select. By default it would be wall. So if it's wall, then check your websites. Here we have walls selections, and it's wall. Our banner section is done. This way it's working. Let's final try. If you hit here, we'll just go to a specific shop page, and now we haven't any components, so that's why it's not found. But when we'll create our our shop page, we'll just create this single page components. So okay, for the products, we'll design this single product page a little bit later. So before that, let me go back to home page, and here this is our banner. And if you check your websites, so here this banner is already done, and now the next section is these sections. Here we have some cards with some text, so you can see when you hover it, there is some effects here, and this is actually categorizations. So it's shoes, it's photography, it's a bag, home decor, and etc. We'll design these sections, and it's under this home page, so that's why. So this is our home sections, and here we'll just create a new file. So this would be home category .jsx rafce. Press enter, and now this component is created. We have to import it inside home, so that's why under this banner sections we'll import home category. Press enter, and you can see it's imported from home. Okay, so if you check your websites, and now here you can see home category actually here. So for this page we need some data. So if you go back to your projects underscore description to md file, and it's under the codes selected, and here just press Ctrl F for search field, and here you type home category. So then you will find this on home category, and here we have some data. We will copy this data. Now inside this home category page we'll just paste the data. Okay, let me format it. So for this, shift alt F. Now let me explain it a little bit. We have a subtitle. Actually this subtitle is choose any products. So you can see choose any products, then titles, and a button. So title is this one, buy anything with us. So buy anything with us. And then we have a array of objects. This is category list, and inside this array we have some objects, and each object contains an image URL. So actually you can see src slash asset slash image, then category, then an image. If you check your asset folder, then under this image folder you can find category, and if you open this category you can find the image one, actually this image, then second image, third image. So we have some images there, and a title actually. Okay, now we will design these components. So for this, here we actually delete home category, and here firstly we will add a class name. The class name would be category sections, category space is sections, and then his style would be 4. Okay, fine. Now padding, it's custom classes. I have already written on our CSS sections, so we use these utility classes now. And if you just write this and check your websites, now we can find there are some space here. Okay, fine. Inside this div we will take another div, then class name, this would be container. Then inside this container we'll take another div, and here we'll define class name section header. you can define a comment here if you want. So this is section header or something. Then we'll define text center. So okay, fine. Now here inside this div we'll take a span tag and we'll pass our subtitle and from the top. Let me close it, and here you can find subtitle. So copy it and then pass these props. So if you check your website right now, we can find any products here. And now we'll add a class name here. This would be subtitle, and then you can see the styling. After then we'll take a h2 tag, and here we'll pass our titles from the top. So copy this title and pass it inside this parenthesis, and we'll add class name. This will be title. And then if you check, we have this and this. Now we have to create these cards. So for this, under this div, actually we'll just add a comment, section card. Then we'll take a new div. The class name would be section wrapper, section war, WRAPPER. Okay, and then we'll take a div here. We'll take a parenthesis, and inside here we'll just map this category list. So copy this category list and paste it here. Then we'll map. Then we'll receive a value, that's a val, and then I, and after then a arrow sign, and here we'll just take another div, and we'll have to k props. So k I for indexing this I, and then inside this div we'll just import it from React Router DOM. Okay, this link is imported from React Router DOM, and then we'll define it too, and this would be directed to the shop page. And then here inside this also link tag we will take another div. So but before that, let me add some classes. Here we'll add class name call, so that means column. And on the link components, so we'll add class name category item. Okay, fine. Now this div, so this div class will class name category inner. Okay, inside this inner we have a div. So this div is for image. Okay, so we'll pass the value. So under this category list we have image URL, so that's why here val dot image URL. Okay, fine. Now if you check your websites, you can see we have image there. Okay, we will have to add class name. So for this, and here we'll define class name. This would be category. So thumb, THUMB, that means category thumbnail. Okay, then to make it grid layout, so here we'll define target this div, add class name. The class name would be pro, and then it would be gap 4, then justify content center, row calls on medium devices 3, row calls on small devices 2, and finally row calls 1. Now if you check, you can see there's something a grid layout. Now you can find for these classes it's grid layout now, and the styling is pretty much okay. We have to add this text and the icons. So for this, under this thumb, image thumb, let me comment it, image thumbnail, and under this div we'll take another div. So let me comment it, content, then a div, and this would be class name category content. So I try to use readable name here, and then we have a div, and inside this div class name, then get a icon, so it would be icon, and here we'll just define I tag, and here we'll add class name. This class name would be a template string, so that's why we have $sign and then val dot icon, icon name. Actually you can see icon name. So basically we don't need this template string if we don't want. Okay, fine, it will work. So if you check, then you can see this icon is there, and now under this div we'll again take a link, then we'll pass val title. Okay, now check, here is the shops. So to increase it the size, okay, let me cut it and then take a a6, then pass it there. So now the styling is okay, and then here we'll define a path. So path would be slash shop. So if you categorize it, then you can just path, change the path later. Okay, so we have done this. When you hover, an effect is applied it, and lastly we will have to make this button. So for this button, look, it's after these sections, so that's why after these sections we'll take a new div, and here we'll take a link from react.dom, and we'll take a span tag there, and that would be button text. So check it. So button is here, get a started button. We have to add class name, but before that let me define a path, that would be shop, and here on the link, here we'll define a class name lab button. Now check, it's button, but we have to move it to the center, so that's why we'll target this div. So now add class name text center margin top 5. Okay, now this is here, we have these sections done. So this section is done, and you can see this section is already completed, and next we have to do these sections. So in these sections, look, we have 8 products and there is some filtering options. If you hit shoes, then only shoes related products are showing, bags, phones, and beauties. And if you hit again wall, then all products are showing. So we'll make these sections, and here is another thing. Look, here we have an effect here, so we'll make this section right now. So for this, here this is our home category, let me close it. So this is home folder, and inside this folder we'll create a file. The file name would be product showcase or category showcase. Category showcase, you can name it anything, then JSX RAFCE. Okay, fine. Now we have to import it from home unless you cannot find or you cannot see this. So that's why category showcase, and then we imported it here. Okay, if you check your website, then you can see this is the category showcase. And now let's design this page. So here firstly we need some data. We'll move to our starter file, and here under this text for home page, if you scroll a little bit, you can find category tab sections, and here is the product data. You can search using this, and we have to copy this. You can see category tabs here, and you have to copy this data. Okay, Control C for copy, and we have to paste it here at the top. So usually, let me format it. Okay, fine. Now you can see it's usually array of objects, and here we have objects, and each objects have image, title, author, brand, and price, and then an id. Obviously there is an id. So here we have some data, and now firstly we will define a user states. So const, then use states will define use state, and then we'll pass this product data. Actually, inside use states we pass this data, and here we'll define items, set items. Okay, fine. Then so here this is the div, press and enter. We'll add class name here. The class name would be course section, course section, and style will be 3. Then padding TB অর্থাৎ top and bottom. So this is styling. If you check your website, you can see there's some space here and we have no content right now. Let me add a h2 let me add a div here, and this div would have inside a class, so that's why we'll type image, and here we'll just define a path, src path, the root path, and then we'll go to assets, then we have images path, and then we'll just go to shape, so shape image, then icon, and then the number 1. So if you check your websites, you can see there is a shape here, and we'll have to use 2 shape, so that's why the second one is 2. Okay, let's check here this one shape and this one shape. Now we have to add class name, so the class name would be here, we'll add class name. The class name would be course shape, then 1, and this one is class name course shape, then 2. Okay, fine. Now you can see this is one and this is another one, and then under these 2 shape, let me comment here, this is shapes, and then here permit it, and when shape is closed, and under this shape we will comment main section. So that's why under this section we will take a new div. This will be a container, so the class name container, and inside this container we will have section header, and then we'll define a div. The class name will be section header, and inside this section header we have a h2 tag, and we'll pass our titles from the top. Okay, now add class name title. If you check your websites, now you can see this is our products. So here this is our products, this section is here right now. Okay, and now then after this h2 tag we'll just take a new div, and here we'll take ul, then the class name would be lab ul. As usual, we just use this class here, and then here we have li tag, and we'll define by default it's wall, and then here we'll define one click and a anonymous functions here, arrow sign. We have to define filter item. Here we will set wall or products, but before that let me define its wall. Then we don't define these functions, so that's why under these use states we'll have to comment category based filtering. based filtering, and then we'll define const these functions. Okay, here now right now if you check, so wall is there and we have to add class name these sections, so add, that's why add class name course filter group. Okay, fine. Now you can see this is all, and then let's copy it for multiple times. Then for shoes this will be shoes, and then this will be bags, this will be phones, and then beauty. Okay, fine. And we have to change these bags, phones, and beauty. Okay, so if you check, look here the effect is applying, but we haven't shown any data is still there, so that's why we have to work a little bit. We have to create a section body for this. So under this, under this div, actually this is categorized, so under this div, and let me close this on section header, under there we will add section body, section body, and we'll render the product based on category. So that's why let me define a div. The class name would be section wra wrapper, and then inside this div we'll take a new div, and then we'll just map our items. So look, we have items here, and then we'll just map it. So map methods, and here we'll receive element. So actually element would be the elements or the products, so you can define it products. Let me define it product. Okay, fine. Then here we'll define a div here, and then we will have to pass key props, and the key props will be product.id id. Okay, fine. Now here we define a class, so this will be called by default, and inside this div we'll take another div, and then class name would be course item, then style 4. Okay, fine. And then define a div, this will be course inner, and inside this div for image we will define class name course thumb. So course thumb, and here inside this course thumb we'll take a image, and then src path will be, we have, look here inside this data we have objects, and inside this objects we have image urls, so that's why we'll just define product dot image url. And now let's check, here we have all products images, you can see all products images is there. And now then after this we'll define another div, and this div will be class name course category, and here we'll have another div, then we'll define class name course category, and here we have a anchor attributes, and here we'll define cat is empty, but here if you check we have cat, or that means this cat, so we'll have to add products dot cat. Then check bags, this one is bags, shoes, bags, phones, so this is showing. And then what to do, actually here under the div we will take another div, and this will be class name course review, course review, and here we'll create a star, or say something like uh ratings. So array teaching, let me filter out this rating. So this type of evil rating, we'll just do this type of rating. So but before that, let me close the assets folder, and here on this component section we'll create a file rating. So rating.jsx here we will define RAFCE, and instead of this we'll just return a span tag, and here we'll just copy this I and paste it there. This would be class name, and then we'll copy it for 5 times, 2 3 4 5, and on this span tag we'll add class name ratings. So here on this showcase, inside this course review, we'll just import ratings. So now let's check our websites. So here we have ratings, so fonts ratings, bags ratings. So then next would be content section. So that's why we will just close the course thumb, and here we'll take another div. This div would be content, and then div class name course content, and here we'll define a link. So we have to import link from React Router DOM. Then this link will render product.titles. So if you check now, look, here is a title. We have to define a path to the specific product. So that's why we'll define template string, then slash shop slash then template string product.id. Okay, fine. Then after this link we will take another div, and this div would be course footer. Then inside this course footer we will define a link, then it will be product.brand. So let's check, this is the product.brand. Everywhere this is Apple, from iPhone from Apple, and here we'll define a true path, that would be slash right now. Then here we will define a class name. Class name would be CA name, that means brand name. Okay, let me keep it inside a div. So that's why alt up arrow to move inside a div, and then here we will use class name course author. So it's okay right now. And then after this div we'll take another div, and then this would be class name course price. Then here we'll just simply render. Okay, let me go there, then render product dot price. Then you can see there is the prices tag, and at the top on the link sections we have, so here is the link. We have to add a class name. Actually the class name, actually we don't need to define a class name. We can just bold it using a ACE5. So ACE5 and paste it there. Then you can see, now refresh it. Okay, the product name is now bold. So as we use ACE5, can use ACE6 if you want, but okay, it's not looking like this one, so we have to make it looking like that one. So that's why here we have to target this div. Here we have to add class name. The class name would be firstly row, then z would be 4, that means gap would be 4, then just t5 content, then center, then we will have row calls excel 4, that means extra large device. Each row will have 4 column, and then row calls on large devices, it would be 3. Okay, let's check. Here it's working. So we have 4 products on each row as it's on extra large devices. But if you just reduce the size, then look, when you reduce the size on large devices, it's 3. And if you define row calls md2, then when you are on medium devices, then it's 2. And after then, if you define row calls by default 1, then on the small devices you will see it's 1 by 1, so it's 1 by 1. So you can see this is 1 by 1 products is showing there. Okay, now right now here we have to add another class, so that would be course filter. Okay, let's see. And here we need some padding and styling, so it would on the let me see it here. Okay, format this code, and then what's that? So inside these codes thumb, that would be, we made a mistake to write this class name, so it's thumb. Now our design is pretty okay, but if you click here, anything is not happening. So what you can fix it, look here, we have a functions, we haven't anything there. So by default we'll receive category, that means cat item, then we will filter products, so that's why const update items equals, we'll just filter this product data, so that's why product data does filter. Then we'll receive for element or the current element, then a arrow sign here, then a curly braces. Here we'll return curve ilm, that means this current element dot cat, that means category is product has category, and then we'll just match it to these props, so that's why let me define these props. And when it's done, here we'll add it to the set items, so that's why we'll just add updated items to the set items. Now if you hit, then it shows its bags, its fonts, and its beauty product. But when you click wall, nothing is showing. Why? Look here, cover headers, and there is the filtering group, and here we define when wall is selected, but the category wall is not defined. Each product has a specific category, but we don't have wall category, so that's why here instead of doing this, we'll set items then products data, so that's why all products will be shown when we click wall. Okay, right now let me give a refresh, and let's drag and shows bags, phones, beauties, and then wall. All data is showing, so these sections probably done, and you can see it's affecting. If you click, then single product will be load, so our product sections is done. So now this time we have to create another sections, and these sections is actually this one. This is a workshop registration sections. So we have to design these sections so that people can register here. So for this, it's under home page obviously, and that's why let me close this category showcase page and ratings. We don't need this, and then hit this home folder and then create a register page, register.jsx. Okay, fine. Then as usual we use RAFCE, so React functional components, and we have to import it from home page, so that's why home.jsx. Here register. Okay, import it right now. And if you check your websites, so this is the register. We have to design the components from here. So firstly, let's define some text. So const subtitle, the subtitle would be save the day. Okay, then const title, and here we use a h2 tag, and then join on day long free workshop for, then a b that means bold tag, and here add fonts. Then we use a span tag. Inside this span tag we'll type master bring. Oh, let me keep this span tag inside this b tag. So actually here, and then one cell. Okay, fine. So this is a title and we need a description, so that's why DSC, limited time offer. So hurry up. Then next. Okay, fine, it's okay. Now let's design these sections. So for this, actually inside this div, instead of div we can use sections. So it's the appropriate use of semantic tag, and then here class name. So register section, register sections, then padding top and bottom TB, that means top bottom, and PB with padding to the bottom 0. Okay, fine. Then we'll define a div and the class name would be container, and inside this container div we'll take another div and class name would be row, and Z for gap for row calls on large devices will be true. Then row calls by default 1, and align items center. Okay, fine. Then inside this we will have a div, actually two divs. So first one is call, and we'll need another div. So let me create on the first div. Here inside this column we'll take another div that will be class name section header. Okay, fine. And then we'll take a span tag and we'll just render subtitle. Then close the curly braces, and here we will add class name subtitle. Okay, now if you check our websites, so here we can find the subtitle is here, and here is an image. Okay, then next one would be probably a p, and that would be title. Okay, let me define this title here. We don't need to define p, so directly title here, because here we defined h2 tag. You don't need to create this one if you don't want, but okay, if you can do this is okay. So here is our title, and then we have to use description. So this is this descriptions, and you can see this is styling right now, but here we have this type of thing. Okay, fine. Then we'll target this second column, and here we'll take another div. Then we'll add class name section wrapper. Then we'll define h4, and here we'll actually type register now, and then we'll just define a form. We don't need action, so delete action from here, and inside this form, so the class name would be register form, and we'll take an input field. Then type would be text, name would be name, then placeholder user name, then class name would be res input. Okay, fine. If you check your websites, okay, this is our websites. We need to design these sections, but we'll do it a little bit later. And then we'll take another div. Actually we can copy this one, then just change it here, email, and this is email, placeholder email. And after then what we need, actually if you check, there is a phone number fields. So as usual, we can copy this one also and just change this one, or actually this one. Okay, type number field, and this one would be number placeholder phone, and this is okay. After then we need a button, so that's why button, and type would be button. So type would be submit, actually submit, and then class name would be lab btn, and here we'll just define register now, or something like it's okay for register now. And if you do this and check your websites, okay, this section is done, but here we have to do styling. The styling is not same as these on, so that's why we have to do a little bit change here. So for this, actually, look at the top, we defined h2 tag and we don't define a class name, so that's why you can, here we will type title, and then if you check your websites, now it's pretty okay. And we have a subtitles at the top, then titles here, and then some text, and here is the form. So this section is complete. And if you check responsiveness, then you can see this is also responsive. So everything is responsive right now. So our workshop registration section is done, and the next one is, look under these registrations, we have a happy customer sections, and here we have maps there, and there are some dots, and if you hover any dots, then you can find a tooltip is opened and there's some effect. Look, this is says happy customer sections, and you will design these sections, and this section is 100% mobile responsive. So after each of this we can able to do this. Okay, let's get started. So here we have a home folder, and we'll select this folder, and then inside this home we'll create a file, and we name it location spread or something. You can name anything, so it's not mandatory to name it location spread. Okay, press enter. RAFCE. Okay, now we have to import it to our home.csx. So here under this register we'll just import it location spread. Okay, now if you check your websites, then you can find location spread text is here. So we have to design this location spread, but before that we need some data, so that's why we'll go back to our project descriptions.md files, and here we will search clients list. So if we search client list, then you can find location spread at the top, and here there are some data. You have to copy this data. Okay, so when you copy, press Ctrl C, and here you have to paste it there. Okay, you can find there is an error because we defined a variable, but we cannot keep a string inside quotation. That's why this error. Okay, look, this is title of this page, this is descriptions, and this is some array of objects of clients, and each objects have an image and then a text. Okay, fine. So to format this code, press Shift Alt and F. Okay, now let me close it. We have to design this section, that's why let me delete this text, and here we'll add class name. The class name would be clients section, then style. So then we'll define padding TB, that means top and bottom. Okay, what's inside this styling? If you want to explore it, then you just copy it, and then here look, this is a search icon, and you will just paste this text, and you will find there is style.main.css, and there are some style, and you will find main.scss. So it's a SAS designing. So if you just click here, then you can find the client section is here, and here we have a backgrounds, then there are some style, background position center, background size, cover, and then look, there's the style too. There is background transparent, section header, section over. So we'll use everything. Look, we will use clients, then clients thumb. Okay, I will show you. Okay, this section is okay for here, so let me just fix it there, and let's design it. So firstly we will just copy these sections. So this is already written, and then style 2, we just apply style 2, and then look, we have padding tb. Okay, after then here we'll just define a div, and this div would be class name. This would be class name con. Let me close the asset folder, and here would be container. Okay, then inside this container we'll have a section header, so that's why this div, and we'll define class name section header and then text center. So here we'll pass a h2 tag and then we'll pass our title from the top. Okay, then we'll add class name title here. So if you check your websites now, look, more than 2000 customers, and under this h2 we'll just define a p tag and we'll pass this description. So pass these descriptions. Now you can see the text is here. Then the next option is, so this is the header and here main content. So take a new div and then the class name would be the section wrapper. You can just copy this from here. Look, section wrapper. Let me copy it from here and you can use it there. Okay, then we have a div that name would be clients, so you can also find clients there, clients, and then inside this clients we take a curly braces and here we'll map these data clients list dot map, and then actually we'll receive val, that means value and index. So here we'll use a arrow and then a parenthesis, and inside this parenthesis firstly we will take a div, so that's why div, and here we'll pass a key props, and this key props is I for indexing, and here there is a class name. Then class name would be look, I'm just exploring from here. So if you scroll a little bit, then where is the client list? Okay, so we'll pass client list, and inside this div actually we'll take a link from React Router DOM. So import link from React Router DOM and we'll define a true here. So the path will be slash sign up. Okay, then inside this link we'll just take a span tag and we'll just pass the value of the text. So this is text, so here we'll just take value dot text val dot text actually, and then here we will add class name. This is actually client content, so here you can find client contents, so these classes, so remove this dot. Okay, now if you check your websites you can see nothing much, but next under this link we'll define a div, then this would be class name client thumb. So from here you can see client thumb, so copy this class if you want, then client thumb, and there we'll just pass a image tag, so the src would be val dot image url. Okay, now let's check here. This is, look, it's wonderful. If you change any text, for example if you want to change text here, join with us instead of from USA, then let's check. So here the which one is from USA, look, this one is from USA, so you can change or name, or you can also change images if you want. So there the path you can just use your images or your client images if you want to show here. That's it. So previously we have done our banner sections, then our category sections where we have some cards, then there is a product filtering options where we can filter product based on category, and after then a workshop registration sections, and finally we have happy customers location sections where there are some dots, and when you hover then you can see a tooltip is open and some effect is applied here. Okay, and if we just check our main website, then we can see next we have these sections become a merchant, and so if you just reload you can see here the number is counting and there's some effect, and see again, so awesome effect are applied here, and we will right now do these sections. So for this let me go to our VS Code and here select this home folder and here create a folder, and that would be about us.jsx or become a merchant. This type of name will work, so RAFCE and press enter. So as usual, we have to input it inside this home.jsx, and that's why press and enter, and here about us. Then so if you check your website now, then you can see the about text is here. So we have to design this specific about us section. So for this, basically, first we need some data. That's why we'll go back to our project underscore description.amd folder, and here we'll just press Ctrl F and search count list. So if you search, then you can find about text, and under this about text there's some data. We need these data, so that's why let's copy Ctrl C and then back to your about.jsx, and here we'll paste that's data. Okay, so we need to format this. That's why Shift Alt and F. Then you can see here is the subtitle, this is the title, here is our descriptions, and this is button text. And inside this count list we have icons. These icons is from eCommerce, and account number value, and then we have to design this section. So let's do it. Firstly, we don't need about us text, so that's why delete it, and here add class name. So the class name would be, you know, tractor section. Then style would be to padding TB. Then section busy ash. Okay, if you just write these classes and check your websites, now you can see there's a sections. Okay, then here we'll take another div, and this will be container. So class name container. Okay, inside this container, look, we'll define a section wrapper. So that's why div, then that will be a class name section wrapper or wrapper. Then we'll define a div. This will be row, and inside this row we will have three calls. So basically, let me define on calls. Firstly, class name call. Okay, inside this call, actually we will just map our data from count list. So let's copy this count list, and here we'll map our data. So map it, and then as usual from the count list we will receive value. So that's why val, and then I for index. So arrow sign as usual, we will take a parenthesis, and inside this parenthesis we'll take a new div. So that's why div. So as usual we have to pass a key props, and our key props is I for indexing. And then here we can add a class name. The class name would be count item. Then inside this count item we have a div. The class name would be count inner. Okay, now we have a icon, so that's why we will add a class name count icon, and inside this icon we have I, and we'll have a class name, and instead of a string value and hard-coded value we will use actually these icon names. So that's why let me copy this icon name, and here val dot to access that value we use val dot icon name. And now if you check your website right now, you can see there are three icons is here. Okay, then under this icon counts we'll have an new div. Here we'll define a class name. The class name would be count content. Okay, and inside this count content we'll have h2 tag, and then we will use a span tag actually. So here look, inside this span tag we actually make these features. So when you just refresh, look this counting. So that's why we will use react count up. So you can search react count up or something like this, then you will find npm packages. So we already installed this react count up. If you want to check, then you will go to your package.jsons, and there you will find look react count up. So we have already installed it, but if you're not sure, then you can just copy this, and from the terminal here, let me clear it, then paste it again and install it again. It's not mandatory, though I have already done that. Okay, now how to use this react counter. So to use this, then just check the documentation. So here is a git repository, just hit here, and if you scroll a little bit, then you will find we have to import this. So that's why let me copy it, and this is our component, and we will have to import it here. So how to use this? So to use this, we simply just define count f and pass a int value. So that's why, okay, I copied it, and inside this span we'll just paste it there. Okay, let me just make it readable so that you can understand. So here we use count up from react count up, and we define an int value. So if you check your website right now, look, we defined 100, so that's why 100 is here. But if you don't use hard-coded value, you can define the dynamic value from this count. So that's why let me copy this count, and here we will use val dot means value dot count. So now you can see the number is here. Okay, and it's counting. As usual, we have a plus sign, so that's why we have to use a plus sign here. So that's why we'll take another span, and then that would be a plus sign simply. Okay, and here on this span tag, we'll define a class name. The class name would be count. Then inside this h2 we will have a p tag, and we'll pass the text value. So that's why let me copy this text, and here valve dot text. So let's check our website. So it's right now these positions. So next, let me close this column, and then we'll take another column. So here class name would be obviously call, the first would be call, and then we'll have a div, and this will be class name instructor, 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 then content. And inside this instructor content we will have a p tag, and we will define subtitle from the top. Look at the top, we have defined subtitle, so that's why we'll pass the subtitle there. And then as usual, here we will have a class name, and that would be subtitle. Okay, now let's check. Here is this way, the color has gone. So let me define its span. So if it's make any sense, nothing changes. Okay, our image has gone. So oh, the mistake is that when we copied instructor, here is the instructor missing, that's why we cannot find that. Okay, now hope this section is okay. I made mistake copy when I just copied this text from the top. Okay, fine. Then inside after this subtitle we'll have to find h2, and then we'll pass this title from the top. Okay, so as usual we will define class name, and that would be title, and after this title we will pass a p tag, and then here it would be descriptions. And after then we will have a link components from react router dom, and we will pass the button text, and here we'll define a to, then it would be sign under dash app, and here class name would be lab button. So let's check right now. So here is the sections, and let me check it's okay. And then finally let me close these calls, and lastly we will define another call. So that means column, and inside this column we will define a div, and the class name would be illustrator thumb. And here we'll just use an image. The image would be from src slash we have assets, then inside assets we have images, then inside images we have structure, then image dot, the first one is number one dot png, so that's why this one. So now check our websites. So this is our websites, and you can find the text and images, and the button is here, but it's not aligned because we defined just simply row, but we don't define as align item centers or something like that. So that's why it's not properly. So we have to apply some gap. So G4, so gap 4, and then just define content center, align items center, then row by default calls 1, and row calls on medium devices would be 2, row calls on extra large devices would be 3, and it's okay. So now if you check your websites, it's pretty much okay. And if you try to check the mobile responsiveness, then inspect it, and then if you scroll little bit, you will find this section is mobile responsive. If you just increase the size, look, this is working. Let me reduce it, and now there is 2 column when it's on medium devices, and when it's on extra large, you can see that 3 columns is side by side. Okay, so this section is done right now. So let me close these 2 tabs, and next we have to design our app section, so where we will just promote download our app. So that's why this is app sections, and we will make these sections actually. So for this, let's go back and let me close this about.jsx, and now again hit this home folder, create a new folder, actually new file here. So that would be app section .jsx, then array fce. As usual, import it from home app sections. Okay, fine, check it if it's working. So this is app sections. Now for these sections, actually let me define a button text. So const button text, and that would be a string. So that's why sign up for free. Okay, then we have a title, const title, that would be shop anytime anywhere. Okay, then we have some descriptions, so that's why const descriptions, and we can use lorem text, or you can just copy it from our website. So let me copy this. Okay, let me modify it, and now it's done. We have to move to here, so let me delete the text. So this text actually app sections, and here basically we will just define a class name. As usual, we'll name it app sections, then padding tb. Inside this app sections we'll have another div, and that would be container. So container, and then inside this container div we'll have another div. The first one would be task name, and section header, and inside this section header, let me define this text center, and inside this header we'll just use a link component. So that's why let me import it from react.router.dom, and then again here we'll pass the button text value. So button text value, and we must have to define a path. So that path would be sign up or something, then it would be class name lab button, and on margin bottom that would be 4, and after then we'll have a h2 tag. So for this we'll pass our title inside this h2 tag. That's why let me copy this title and paste it here, and as usual we have to define a class name here, that would be our title. Then we have a p tag, and we will pass descriptions. So if you check your website right now, then you can see we have a button here, we have a text, right? Then subtitle here. Okay, fine. Next we have to use those two images, so that's why let me close this div, and after then we'll just take a new div, and here we'll define class name, and that would be section orper, and inside this section orper actually we will take a li tag, and obviously there will have a class name, and the class name would be lab eval. Okay, then we'll define a li tag, and inside this li tag we have anchor tag, so here we'll define a hash here, and inside this we will have an image tag. Basically we will define a path that would be src, then assets, then images, after then we have app sections, and then we have first one, and we will have to copy this, so that's why shift alt and down arrow, then we will define it number 2. So if we did this and check our websites, then you can find, okay, you can find this section is done. And the last component of our home section is these sections. Let me refresh it, and you will see there is some effects there. So that would be from Swiper.js. We will use Swiper.js to make this type of thing, and this is actually the sponsor or brand promotions type. So that's why let me close it again, select this home folder, create a new file, that would be sponsor.jsx, as usual rfc, import it under this app sections, sponsor. Okay, fine. Now look, this is a sponsor text, and we need some data, that's why we will go back to our project descriptions. So here we'll type sponsor, and then you will find home sponsor, and inside this home sponsor we'll have some data, so that's why let me copy this and we'll paste it inside this sponsor.jsx. Okay, fine, let me format it. So shift alt f, and look, we have some images and all the images from our assets folder. So let's style this section, so that's why firstly let me delete this text, and here we'll define a class name that would be a sponsor section, then section will have a background, so that's why section background, and here we'll define a div, class name would be container, and then inside this container we have section wrapper, that's it, section wrap wrappers, and then we'll define a sponsor slide, so that's why class name sponsor slider. Okay, so here inside this sponsor slider we will use Swiper.js, so that's why let me search it on Google. So Swiper.js, and then you will find this first website swiperjs.com. So you have to go here, and firstly you have to install it. We have already installed it, so that's why you don't need to do that, but if you forget, then you can do it again. npm install swiper, you have to copy this code and install these npm packages. Then from the resource you have to click this demos. So now here you will find all the demos. Look, this is a default slider, here is another slider with left and right indicator, and there's without indicator, but pagination is here. So you can find different types of slider. For this we will choose responsive one, so that's why scroll a little bit to the bottom, and here you will find responsive breakpoints, and you can use it using core JavaScript. You can also use it on React and view or element. So that's why, as we are going to use in React project, that's why you have to click here. So if you click, then sandbox code will open, and you will just find the way you can use it. Okay, so look, here is the demo, and to just check the code you have to click this src and then app.js. Look, here we just have to import our Swiper.js from Swiper/React, and then we have to import some styling and required module. So that's why let me copy all of this, and right now at our sponsor under this we'll just paste it. We don't need this css, we have already linked on it on our main.jsx, so that's why we don't need. The way we can use it, firstly we can just import swiper, so that's why you will have to just copy it. Okay, let me copy it And now as we defined, we will use it here, so we have to paste it here. So format your code, shift alt F. Now if you check your websites, then you will find here is the slider. You can move to page 2, page 3, page 4, and our swiper is working. So we have to customize these on, so that's why firstly we don't need that. So let me delete wall. Actually from here, instead of using paginations, we will use autoplay. So that's why autoplay from swiper modules, so we will use autoplay. We don't need pagination, so let me delete this. And after then our slide between would be, slide per view would be 2, then slide between would be 20, and we don't need pagination, so that's why let me delete it. Then we have responsive breakpoints, so by default can define it 1, then on this device we can define it 3, and finally here we'll define 4 or 5. Okay, and instead of these classes, we don't need to define classes, so basically we need another thing that would be autoplay, and here we'll define a curly braces, and inside this curly braces actually define another curly braces, and that would be delay 2 seconds, then disable on interruptions would be false. Okay, fine, that's it. And now here inside this swiper, let me close this so you can just check it there. And inside this swiper we will have to map this sponsor list, so copy this text and then paste it here and map it. So as usual we will receive two parameters, so val, that means value, and then I for indexing, and here we will use arrow, use parenthesis, then here we have to use swiper slide, and then let me close it. So as usual pass a key props, and that would be I, our indexing, and inside this swiper we'll define a div that will have a class name sponsor item. Then here we'll define another div that would be class name sponsor thumb, and then inside here we'll use an image tag, and instead of hard-coded data we will just define var dot, and at the top we have image URL, so that's why image URL. So now if you check, you can find we have logo here, and this time we have only 4 logo. You can increase the logo number from here. Look, we have responsive breakpoints, and here we just define 4, that's why we have 4 logo on the current preview. And if you want more, then you can define the value. So if we define 5, then and refresh it, then you can see 5 is there. Okay, and now it's working properly. So lastly we have to design this footer, and if you check other pages, then you can see the footer page is the same. So we have to design this type of footer, and it's very common. So for this ads, let me close this on, and again we don't create it on home page because it's a shared component, so we have to create it on components. You can create it anywhere. So this would be footer.jsx and rafce as usual. Now we have to import it. We don't import it on home page because it's a shared component and we want it every pages. That's why we will just create it under this outlet. So that's why footer, and input these components. Again, if you check your website, then you simply can see this is the footer text. So now at this time, this is footer components, and here we need some text. That's why firstly you already seen we have project underscore description.md file, and here you will search Control F and then here search footer. So if you search footer, then you will find this footer. So here you have to copy this, so copy all the text here, and now you have to paste it at the top of the footer component. So here paste the content, and you can see here's some error. Actually let me format it, so shift what F, and then you cannot see much changes, so that's why let me just fix it manually. So for this, as it's a string, we can use a string sign,
Okay, then the next one, it's also a string, so that's why we have to use as a string. Then maybe it's fixed now. Let me format it again, Control Shift F, and now it's formatted. So there's are some data that we need to create our footer component, so that's why it's okay. Now we use semantic tags, so that's why this would be footer. Class name would be Israel2. Okay, fine. Now here we'll take a div, and inside this div we'll define it footer top, so that would be a footer top. So let's see, this is the footer top and this is the footer bottom, so that's why we'll define it footer top. And then this is a dark view, and then padding tb top and bottom. Okay, fine, that's okay. And right now we'll define a div that would be a container, so it would be a container class, and inside this container we have another div, so this would be a row. So this is row, and inside this row we have some columns, so that's why div col, that means it's a column, and inside this column we'll define div, and this div will have a class name again, that would be footer item our addresses. And inside this footer item actually will define footer inner div dot footer inner. Okay, fine. So here we'll define footer contents, so dot footer content, then we'll define a title div, and inside this div we'll define h4. So h4, and we'll pass our title from the top, so here we have title, and we'll pass this title from here. Okay, now if you check your websites, then you can see here are some text, but it's not styled yet, so it's not dark view. So let me check if it's dark or something. So that would be dark, so I make a mistake here, so STYLE, that's a silly mistake, but it's effect a lot, so that's why now it's okay. Now here is the shopping cart, so the text here at the top about shopping cart. And then after this we'll take another div, that would be content. Okay, the content will have a paragraph tag, and that would be for the description, so that's why DESC. Now let's check. So this is the descriptions, that's fine. So under this P we'll take a li tag, and that will have another class name lab eval, then office addresses. So inside this will actually map the office addresses. So where is our office addresses? So this is the office addresses list. So we'll just take a curly braces here, and inside this curly braces we'll paste it and then map it. So we'll map it, we'll receive val, that means value, and here index, and then arrow sign. We'll take a parenthesis, and inside this parenthesis we'll take a li tag. Li tag, so there will have a key props, so that's a key, that would be index, and inside this li will have I for icons, and the class name would be curly braces, and here we'll pass val dot icon name. Okay, and the text would be val dot text. Okay, fine. Now check. So here is some text and icons. We can add some spaces here, so that's why let me add spaces. So here we can add some spaces. Okay, now check. Here's some spaces. You can add, now here you can add another UL tag. You can just copy this one, and then again, instead of office addresses, here you can use social icons, and then instead of address list we can pass social list. So here instead of I, we can just make an anchor tag, and here that would be a sharp icons, and here inside this anchor tag, then here we'll have we just copied the text, so you can paste it here. So val and val text. So let's see. Now here are some icon list here, but it's not the similar like this one. So we will have to define a class name here. Class name would be val dot class name. So is there any class name? So here is the class name. So we'll pass this class name. So if we did, and let's check, now these icons are changed, so the style are changed, and this is similar like this one. Okay, fine. So this section is done, but here we have others 4 columns, so that's why we can simply copy this column again. So again another one, and if you check, you can see it's side by side, and we have to modify it. So let's modify. So instead of title, we can just define quick title, and then we don't need descriptions. We need UL tag, and instead of address book, here we'll pass quick list. Then simple, inside the li tag we will just use a anchor tag, and here sharp, and then inside this anchor tag we'll pass val dot text. Okay, fine. And if you did this, you can check it. So now this section is okay, but we don't have these social icons there, so that's why we just delete the last UL tag. Okay, fine. So this section, the second div also done, and then the third column. So the third column, let me copy it again. So mark it, and then shift alt and down arrow. Now this one is similar, but here this one is categories and this one is quick links. So we have to edit our first one. Actually here we will use item titles, and here instead of quick list we will use item list. Okay, and that would be the similar one, so we don't need to change much. So if you check, then it's category, it's quick links, and the last one is recent tweets. So for this, let me close this call and this call, and lastly again for the last one we have to copy it. So shift alt down arrow, and again for the last one, instead of quick list, that would be tweet title. Okay, then here we'll, instead of quick list, we'll define tweet list. Then instead of anchor tag we'll use I, and here that would be a class name. The class name would be val. Okay, we'll use curly braces instead of string, so that's why val dot icon name. Okay, then instead of so here in I will use a description, so val dot descriptions. Okay, fine. So let's check. So this on, but we need some edit here. So for this we'll target our parent column. So let me close this on the third number and the fourth number. We have total 4 column, and here we use row, and here we will add some other classes so that it will be more meaningful. So that's why here we'll add gap, that means, and then row calls on Excel, that would be 4. Then row calls on SM, that means small devices, that would be 2. And row calls by default would be 1. And justify content, that would be center. Okay, fine. Now check it and refresh it. It must similar like this one. Okay, that's fine. And lastly we have to design this footer bottom section, so that's why. So now let me close this footer top, and here let me add comment footer bottom. So here we will add a div, and the class name would be footer bottom, and inside here we will have dot container. container, and inside this container we have a section wrapper. So that's why section wrapper. Okay, then we'll have a p, that means paragraph tag, and we'll use underscore copy, then 2023. After then we'll take a link from React Router DOM, and then we'll define true, that would be slash, and inside this link we'll define shop cart. Then after this link we'll define designed by, and then we'll define another anchor tag, and that would be slash or something. And here let me define target, that would be underscore blank target. Then inside this anchor tag we'll use your name. So here let me define xyz, and let's check. So this is the footer sections, footer bottom, and after this p tag, so let me define here, we'll define a div, and the class name would be footer bottom list. So class name footer bottom list, and then we'll map this footer bottom list, so that's why curly braces footer bottom list, and then map it. We'll define again half and index, then arrow sign, then a parenthesis, and inside this parenthesis we'll define a anchor tag, and then the href would be slash, then we'll define a key prop, so that would be key, and that would be I, and here we'll define curly braces val dot text. Okay, fine. So let's check again. Now this is, there are some text, that would be footer bottom list text, and right now our design is complete. So let's check responsiveness. So here is it, now the footer is 4 column and now 2 column, and then 2 row 2 column. Right now 2 row 2 column is still fine, and if you reduce more size then it's 1 column, and the footer is similar like this one. So I think our home page is perfectly done, and you can see from the top, clean, very clean design here, and everything is very organized. And next we will design the shop page. We have already complete our home page, and now next one is we have to create the shop page. So if you click the shop, then you cannot find anything here, and this is not found. So why this one? Actually we haven't set up any route for the shop page, and we haven't create any pages for that. So okay, let's create a page first. So for this, hit this src and here create a folder, and that would be shop page, and then here we'll create a shop.jsx. So that's why shop.jsx, and as usual RAFCE React functional components here. And now we will set up a route for this shop page. So we have to go to the main.jsx. Here we'll take a curly braces, define a path, and the path would be slash shop, and then a comma, and here we'll define element. The element would be the shop component, so that's why shop.jsx, import it and close it. Now if you refresh, then you can find this is the shop component, and our header is none. Actually the header is here, so we have to fix it. Look, this is our home page, and if you hit shop, then this is the shop page. So we have to fix this design. So for this, here actually at app.jsx we have outlet. Here we will define a div, and then inside this div we will paste our outlet. Let me format it. So here we have to add class name, then let's go to bootstrap, and this would be bootstrap 5. And here if you search with or something, or if you just check sizing from the customizations, layouts, then content from, okay, so under this utilities you will find sizing, and here you will find width And if you scroll a little bit, you will find height and max height, mean height. We actually use mean height. VA is 100, so for minimum height 100 VAs, so that's why here we'll define minimum height 100 VAs. And if you now check your websites, you can find there's mask gap. So this is banner, uh, so this is the navbar, and here is the footer, and here's the gap where we'll design our shop page. And every page you will find that gap. So look, this is blog and this is the gap here. Okay, now let me close it, we don't need this. So now back to the shop page, and here actually if you check our main projects, then you will find when you click this shop, there is a banner again. At the blog page you also see the same banner, about page same banner, and contact page same banner. So that's why we will have to design this banner and it would be shared. So that's why we'll create it under this component. So that's why here we'll just create a component page header dot jsx, then rafce as usual. Here finally, let me delete it, and we will define a class name. The class name would be page head, page header section. Okay, fine. Then here we'll define another div that would be container. So this is container, and then we'll define a row. Inside this row we'll have a div of column 12, so that's why called 2, then it's called 12. And under this column we'll define a div, then add class name, page header, content, and text center. Okay, fine. Then here we'll define a is true, and that would be title. So for example, shop page for now. Okay, then we'll define a nav. Here define area level, that would be bread crumb. Then here we will actually take a order list, so order list, and inside this order list we will have li, and inside this li we will have link from react router dom. Okay, we'll define actually this would be home by default, and here we'll link to slash. We'll add class name here. The class name would be breadcrumb, bread crumb, and justify content center. Okay, then target this li and add class name breadcrumb, crumb, and that would be item. Okay, fine. So if you check, then you will see nothing actually, because we didn't import it inside this home page. So that's why here instead of shop, let me import it page header. So that would be here, and if you check again, now you can see this is shop page and this is the home. And again, after this li, we'll just copy this one again, and then we don't need this link actually. Here we'll define shop page and or something shop. Here we will add class name actually, and that would be active. Just add active here, and currently here we'll define area currents and define that would be a page. Okay, fine. So here is it. Now this is home and this is the shop page. Okay, that would be grateful, but when you click here, the blog page, it's not the same, so we have to import it inside this blog page. But right now let me define it dynamical. Okay, that's why here we'll pass some props. So the props would be title, then the title would be actually our shop page, and then here we'll define current page. So that's why current page will define that would be shop. Okay, now we'll receive this props. So that's why here this is the page header, we'll just a curly braces here, and this is title, and then we'll just receive current page. And there's some error, just let me quick fix is here, quick fix disabled react props. Okay, fine. Now in a state of hard coded shop page, we'll just define the props of title. So this is title, and in a state of shop here, in this title we'll define current page. So right now it's okay, this section is the banner section is okay. Okay, let's use it on blog page so that we define each works or not. So here is the blog page, and we will just let me delete it and import page header. Then as usual we can just copy it and then paste it here. So instead of this title, let's define blog page, and instead of shop, let me define blogs. Okay, now if you check the blog, then you can define it dynamically. We don't have to repeat this code. It's very reusable, and you can do it for other pages, but right now it's okay. This is shop page, that's why home/shop, and this is blog page, that's why home/blogs. Okay, now back to the shop page. Here we have no contents yet, so that's why let's back to our main websites. And here under this banner we have product images and product details. Here you can find product details. Here is the pagination system. Here we have categorizations. Here we have search, for example shoes, and you can filter it. Also you can just filter it all the pants here, and there are most popular post here, and our popular category is here. So we have to design the entire page. So let's get started. So right now here at the shop page, let me close this blog.jsx and page header.jsx, and still you can just close it main.jsx also. And under this page header, actually we will define another div. So another div, actually that would be the shop main content. So shop page actually from here, and here in this div we'll add class name. So that would be shop page, and we'll define some padding to the top and bottom. So padding TB, top and bottom. Here we'll define a container, so that's why container. Then inside this container we'll define a row, and still we'll define justify content center. Okay, here you can see we use shortcuts to define row and justify content center. So here actually we will have two columns. So look here, this is the one column, and that would be column on large device 8, and here another column that would be actually 4. So that's why we'll define two div. The first div will have call LG, that would be 8, and on column on a small device that would be 12. So this one, let me define left side, and now copy it again, and stage of call LG age will define call LG 4 for now, and that would be the right side. Okay, now let's check. So if you check your shop page, then you will find this is left side and this is right side, and here's the gap. You can see on the left side we will just keep our products images and page nations, and here on the right side we will keep categorization, most blog, popular post, and our popular tags here. Okay, fine, let's design it. So for now we'll start from this left side. So actually we'll define an article tag, or you will define any others, so that would be article, and we'll define a div here. Add class name. The class name would be shop title, and then that would be flex, so display flex warp, warp, justify content b to in. So actually we're going to design these two sections showing products 1 to 12 out of 139 results, and here is the two buttons here. We'll design these sections first. So here we'll define a p tag and we'll show this data. So actually we can define a variable at the top, so that's why we can define a variable here. So const show results equal a string here, and this we will just pass these props here. Okay, now if you check your websites showing this, okay, fine, and under this p we'll define a div. So look actually here. So if you just hit this, it's now list view, and if you hit here you can find it's grid view layout, actually list layout and grid layout. So that's why we'll define two states at the top first. Okay, we'll define const, and here we'll define grid list, and set grid list, we'll define use state, and that would be true. Okay, here this div under this product show results will actually use class name, and instead of hard coded we'll just take a curly braces and use template string. So we'll define this would be product view mode, so product view mode, and then template string $sign curly braces, and when grid list is defined then we will just make grid active, otherwise we'll define list active. Okay, these two classes. So when grid list is active we'll define grid active, otherwise we will have list active. So here inside this div we'll take a anchor tag, and that would be actually let me delete this href, we don't need this. We'll define a class name that would be grid, and we'll define a one click, and here we'll pass a arrow functions, and that would be set grid list. Okay, actually drag and set grid list, and we will define not grid list. And here in this anchor tag we actually take a I tag, and we will add class name, so that would be icons. So that's why we will define icon from icofont slash ghost, ghost. Okay, now check it. So here you can see this is a icon of this icon, and then we will define a list icon. So okay, again we can copy this one, so shift alt down arrow, and here instead of grid we can define that would be list, And instead of ghost icon, we'll define icon font list in dots. The fonts dash list in dots. Okay, now check it. So here is the two icons. Look, when you click this on, this is the active, and now this is the active. We will have to render product below, but for now this is okay. Okay, fine. So our this div is okay, done. This is actually the layout and title here, and under this div we'll define products card. So that's why we'll define a div here, and firstly we will have to define another use state. So that's why let me define use states. So this is the snippet, and here we'll define products and actually we will import products from the product.json file. Here you can see product.json file, and we have all the data, so we will have to import it at the top. So to import it, let's define import, then that define a name here and define from where you want to import. Define the path. Actually the path would be dot slash or dot slash product.json, and here we'll pass these prop. Okay, so now if you just console log your products, you will get all the products. Okay, just refresh it again, and here if you inspect and check your console, then you will find an area of objects, and here we have 76 products, and you can see all the products are here, and each products have id, category, image, name, prices, and other quantities. Okay, let me close it, and for this showing products we will create a specific component. That name would be product cards. Okay, so let's create our product cards at the shop folder. So here's the shop. Click here and create a folder that would be product card.jsx, again RAFCE. Now we have to import it here actually. So that's why product cards, and we'll pass our grid list and products props here. So that's why we'll define grid list equal parenthesis grid list, and also pass products. That would be products. We can add comments here. For this, that would be product cards. So as we send props here, we have to receive. That's why add products card content, add product darts. So add product cards component will receive two props. So that's first one is grid list, and then the second one is products. You must have to copy this and then these props. So instead of console log here, actually you can console log here at your product cards. So you can now check it, but before it, let me fix it. You can just quick fix it and disable direct props types. So if you did this, now the error has gone, and now here you can console log products. Okay, let's check again. So this is your websites showing nothing, and inspect it. So now check console log. You can see here's some data. The data is from product cards.jsx 5 number lines. So that's why you can say product cards components, and here's the number 5 of the line. So we get our products here. Now we have to design the cards. So that's why firstly let me delete it, and here we'll actually define a class name. The class name would be, here we'll define template string, that's why curly braces, and here caret sign. First one would be shop product So just define class name properly, wrap wrap, then we'll define row, justify content center. Make sure you define class name properly, justify content center, and then we'll define template string. And here we'll define if grid list is clicked. So grid is clicked. So grid list, then a condition here that would be grid, otherwise that would be list. Okay, fine. Now here actually we'll map our products, so that's why curly braces, and as we receive products we'll just define products dot map. Then as we're receiving product, and then I for index, here arrow sign will define a parenthesis, inside this parenthesis we'll define a div. So we have to pass key props, that would be index number, and here we'll define class name, that would be call column on large devices, that would be 4, and column 1 medium devices, that would be 6, and by default column on small devices, that would be 12. And here we'll define another div, then that would be class name product item. So inside this product item we will receive for images, product images, and then we'll define another div. So here we'll define class name. The class name would be product thumb, and inside this product thumb we will have another div. The class name would be pro thumb. Okay, fine. Then we actually take an image tag. Instead of hard-coded src, we'll define product dot and check your product.json file. Then you can find each products will have an image, so that's why we'll just pass image. So if you check your website now, let me refresh it, then you can see we have lots of images here. All the products images are here now. So under this div, actually product thumb, will define another div, and that would be product action link. So product action links. Okay, fine. Then take a div, define class name product action link. Then actually we will take a link from React Router DOM. Then inside this link we'll have a I, that would be icon from icon font. So icon font, the first one would be I. Okay, we'll define a true here. So use template strings. Why template string? Actually when someone click this link, the person will move to a specific products. That's why we are defining dynamic products ID here. So product dot id. Okay, fine. So let's check. When you hover and icons, and here at the bottom you can see localhost 5074 port slash shop slash an id. So each time you will get another unique id. So each time you will receive another unique id. So this one is first link, and then we'll define another anchor. We'll define a hash here, and inside it we'll define I. Again we'll have class name, then icon font, Second one would be heart icon, so that's a heart. Check it. So this is the love icon. And finally, again, we will have another link from React router DOM, and instead of dynamic products, here we'll define just cart page. So we don't need it, we'll define slash cart page. Okay, fine. And instead of I, we'll actually get cart alternative. So let's check. Look, there's the free button here. And now, right now, we have to add other text like this one. We have a product's name, ratings, and prices. So for this, we have to just close this product thumb. And now let me add a comment that would be product content and define a div here, define class name product content. So inside this product content we'll have a s5 first, and then actually we'll use a link. We'll pass product dot name, and the two props will be the similar to the above one as we define it here. So the link would be this path. Okay, copy it and you can just use it here. So that would be is5. Then we'll define a p tag and we'll just import our ratings. So the ratings is inside here at the components folder. So open it and now just import it from here. So rating, we'll have to add class name product rating. Now check it. So we have a title, we have some inserts here. So under this p tag we'll define another is6 tag and we'll define price here. So product dot price. So check it, then it's prices, but we have no dollar sign, so that's why here we'll add a dollar sign. So you can see all the products are here. You can just hover any products. Here is the titles, prices, and other things. And actually here is one thing: when you click the list style, then you have no products, so we will have to fix it. So for this, let's just close the top div. So here at the top we have list item. We'll copy this actually, so let me copy it, and under this we'll just here define list style. So instead of product item we will just define product list item, and let's check. So when you just hit the first one, this would be grid layout, and when you choose the second one, it would be the list layout. Okay, then our next task is we have to create pagination system like our main website. So if you hit this first one, then you will just shown 12 products, and next if you hit 2, then all the products are changed. You can go to any pages and you can see now bags, now virtuals and others. So we'll define this awesome pagination system on our shop page. So that's our next target. So at this time here we have all the products are available, and now we have to make pagination system like this one. So this is our main websites, and here we have pagination system. If you hit number 2, then you can see the products is changing. You can see all the product is changing based on the category paginations. So you can use arrow to reduce the page. So now this is number 4th page. Now this is page number 3. You can go to any page by clicking here. You can see now page number 6, now 5, and you can go any of this page, and it's very dynamic. So we'll design this pagination system. So for this, firstly, let me create a component for the pagination. So that's why I hit this shop folder, and here create a file pagination.jsx RAFCE as usual, and we have to import it. So in this home.jsx, that's why under this div, actually product cards will just import it paginations. We don't import it from React Bootstrap. We use our own components. That's why the last one. And make sure your pagination is imported properly. Okay. And if you check your website, then if you scroll bottom, then you can see this is our pagination text. Okay. So we will have to add some logics here. So that's why let me add a comment pagination. So here, firstly, we will want to define some user states. The first one is const, and a square brackets. Here we'll define current page, and then set, and let me copy this and paste it here. Set current page. We must have to capitalize this on, and then we'll define use state. Use state by default will set the current page value is 1. That means the first page. And then we'll define how many products will display on the single page. That's why const products per page. Here we'll define 12, because each page we have 12 products. You can see 12 products each page. So that's why we'll define the 12 by default. You can change any of the number, how many products you are going to show. Then let me format it. So shift alt F to format it, and again here we'll define const index of last product. So we'll define the last product page, and here we'll define current page into products per page. We'll define last page, and now we'll define first page index of first page or first product page. So that's why first product, and here we'll define index of last product, and then minus product per page. Here's the logic, and finally we'll define current products. So const current products, and then we'll just slice these products. Here we will receive all the products. Let me comment out it, and here products, and we'll slice it. So slice, and here we'll actually pass these to one. First one is index of first product, and then a comma, then index of last products. Okay, then finally we have to define a function for the current page. So that's why let me add comment function to change the current page. Okay, that's why const and here actually paginate equal will receive page number. Then it's a function, that's why it's a arrow functions will define set current page. So this is the set current page and will pass the page number. Okay, here's the logic. We will have to write only 8 number of logics here. And now we have paginations component here. We will have to pass some props. So that's why what props we will pass, we will actually pass product per page. So here can just press some enter and here pass these props, and then we'll define total products. So to define total products, we actually uh, define products dot length. So as products is an array, and we will define to length of this array, and then we will pass paginate equals this paginate, and then finally active page, and our active page will be the current page. So this is the current page. Okay, fine. So if you did this, then you have to go back to your pagination components, and here we'll have to receive the props that we sent. So that's why our first one product per page. So we destructured this total products, then third number is paginate, a comma, and finally active page. Okay, let me just copy active page and paste it here. So we have to fix it. You can just disable react slash prop types. Okay, fine. Now here you have to define a simple logics. So logic is very simple. Firstly, we'll define const and page numbers. Page number, look here we define a paginating options, and this is the functions, but we still haven't page number, so that's why we'll define page number, and here we'll define its a empty array, and then we'll define a logic, so that's why for, and here we'll define let I equal page number 1, and then we'll just define I is less than or equal math. We'll use math, and then math dot, so why this, we don't need this, so math dot seal, so seal, and here we'll define total products slash products per page, and finally we had made a mistakes, instead of comma we use a semicolon, and here finally we'll just increase the value of I, so that's why I plus plus. So if you did this, then a curly braces, and here we will have a logics that would be page number dot push, and we will just define I here. So here is the for loop. Here we define I equal 1, and then we'll increase the I value will be not larger than the product page, total product slash product per page. So we will calculate if we have actually, let me just check it. So here let me just console log here. Okay, so if you check your product page, inspect it, And here look, we have an array and there is a 76 number of products. So here the logic is total products, so the total products will be 76. And okay, let me open a calculator. So total product will be 76 and here we'll buy it, so divided it by products per page. We define product per page will be 12, so that's why 12. That means we will have approximately 6.33, actually the seventh page. So we will have 7 pages. If you reduce page number, so if you want to show 10 products per page, then it will be 76 total product, and then product per page actually 10, then we will have 8 pages. So here we are calculating how many pages we will have, so that's it, and then we'll push it to this page numbers. So right now we have to do a thing for our styling. So we will go back to your project underscore description.amt, and here we'll have some CSS classes you have to add to app.css. So that's why we'll copy this, and then we'll go to our app.css, and here we will have to paste it here. Let's format it. Okay, fine. Let's design our pagination. So now let's design these on. Okay, let me delete it. Here instead of div, we'll define li. Okay, let's define a curly braces, and here we'll actually map these page numbers. So that's why page numbers dot map will just define number, then arrow, and here we'll define a li tag. So here we will have to define a key props. The key props will be number, and in this li will actually take a and it would be hash, and here actually will pass the products. So every pay number, so we'll pass this number. So if you check your website, let me refresh it, and then check at the bottom of this shop page, and you will find we have 7th page here. And let me define some class name at the top. This will be default pagination and leave eval. Okay, fine. Now this is the 7th pages here. Okay, but to add active page we will have to define a one click. That's a one click. We will use anonymous functions. So here our logic is, we can actually do it inside a button. So let me do it inside a button. Actually instead of I, you can use button. So button, and here that will be number. Okay, here we'll add one click anonymous functions, and then here we will just call the paginate, and then we'll set the number. And here we'll have to add a class name. The class name would be busy transparent. Okay, fine. So on the li we'll have a dynamic class name. So that's a class name. We'll use curly braces and template string, that's why caret sign. And here we'll have page item, and then a dollar sign curly braces, and we will check if number equals active page. So then we'll add a class that would be busy warning. It's a bootstrap class by default. If not, if it false, so it will be empty. Okay, fine. So now if you can see the first page is active, this when you click the number 2, then the second page is active. When you hit the number 3, the third page is active, fourth page is active, 5 page, 6 page, 7 page. Our products is not rendering properly, but we will fix it later. But let me define this to arrow. So for this, actually at the top here above the curly braces we'll define a li tag, and here we'll define a anchor that would be a hash sign, and here we'll add a logics that would be one click. We'll have a anonymous functions, arrow functions here, and we'll take a curly braces. We'll define a logics if. We'll check if active page is less than page numbers dot length. Then we'll execute this logics. The logic will be paginate will be active page minus 1. So this is the first logic, and here inside this anchor we will take I and we'll add a class name. This will be a font, so that's why ico font, then that would be rounded and then left. Okay, fine. Now let's check it. Here we have an arrow, so this is the arrow, and if you click and see it's not changing. Why? Let me just delete this and refresh it again. Now it's the first, then number 3, just hit here. This will be number 2 now, hit again. It will be number 1 now, and next we will have to arrow right here, so that's why we can copy this li entirely and then paste it under these curly braces, and here our logic will be we will increase the number of paginate, and instead of left it would be right. Okay, now it's okay, fine. Let me replace this page. Now this is the number on page. If you hit, then you can the number 2 page. If you hit again, then number 3 page. If you hit again, number 4 page. Okay, now hit here, a page is reduced. Now number 3. Okay, our pagination is fine, but our products is not rendering properly. So how to fix this? It's very simple. So how to fix this? Actually, if you go back to a shop page, then you can see we have product cards and we pass products, and the products is all products. So that's why you can see there is a all products here actually. But we have defined a logic here. Look, we have defined a logic. We slice our products by using instead of last products and instead of first products. So this is the logic. So instead of passing all products, we can just pass this to the product card. So delete it and pass current products. So this is the current products. So if you change this, then check your website again. So refresh it. Let me start from the beginning. So here is the first page, and here you can find only 12 products, and if you hit the number 2, you can see we have different 12 products. Then number 3, different products. Number 4, bags. Then number 5, there is the caps. Number 6, bottles. Number 7, we have limited products. That's why we have 4 products. So you can use this arrow to reduce products, you can increase it. So our pagination is working properly. So this time at our main website, we have a search page on the right side, and here on our current website, here is the right side, but we haven't defined the aside component. So here, look, if you close this on and the product cards and also the product.jsons, here at the shop page, here we have actually 2 column. One is for left side and another is for right sides, and here on the right side we actually include our search functionality, categorizations, and most popular post and popular tags. So here at the right side we'll create search functionality. That's why here instead of right side, here we'll define a aside. So it's a semantic tag, and inside here we'll use a search functionality. That's why inside this shop folder we'll create search component. So search.jsx and then RAFCE. Okay, let's import it inside this. So that's why search, okay, import this, and we'll pass props. So the two props will be, first one is products, and that will be all products from the top. So here is all products, we'll pass these props. And another one is the grid list, so we'll pass these two props here. Okay, now we will have to receive it. So that's why first one is products. On the source component here we structure, so products, and then another one is grid list. So here is an error, you can just fix it using this way. So every time we are facing these errors, so that's why go to the ESLints, and here under this we can define a string, and here we can define 0 for now. Okay, now this error is gone, and here actually we'll design our source component. Firstly, let's define a use state. So const, then search term, and then set search term. So here is the set, the s is capitalized, and here we'll define use state, and it will be empty string. Okay, fine. Then we'll define a function. So const filtered products equal, will filter our products. So these products dot filter, then we will get product, and then the arrow here we actually filter based on the product name. That's why product dot name, and we'll define two lowercase, then dot includes, then we will pass the search term to lowercase, and that would be a method. So here is the filtering, and now here I define a class name. The class name would be widget, then widget search. Okay, so in a state of search, let me define a form. We don't need the actions, so that's why delete it. And inside this form, actually let me define a class name. The class name would be search wrapper, then mb3. And here we'll take a input field that would be text, and name would be search or something. Then here is would be a id would be search. We can define placeholder search dot, and we'll have a default value would be this search term. Actually default value would be search term. And finally we'll define on change that will be a events, then arrow here set search term equals, will define event dot target dot value. Okay, fine. So after this we'll have a button, and the type would be submit. Then here we will add a I, and that means icon. That her class name would be icon font search 2. Okay, fine. Now let's check this. So this is our websites, and here is the search field. Okay, if this is okay, then we have to render our product. So that's why under this form we will take another div showing search results. Okay, that's why the div here, and we will just map our search term, and we'll add condition. So if you find search term, then only we will filter or filtered products dot map. Then we'll just get product, then map it, use parentheses, and inside this we'll define a link from React Router DOM. We'll pass key props that would be product.id, and each link will have a true, so that would be the path, and this path will be a template string, that's why slash shop slash a dollar sign then product.id. Okay, inside this link we'll define a div, so here we'll define class name that would be flex display flex, so that's why d dash flex, gap would be 3 and p would be 2. Okay, fine. Now here we'll define another div. Inside this div we'll define class name that would be pro thumb, and is 25, so height will be 25%, and here we'll define an image, so the image will be product, so every product has image, so that would be img, and then we'll define width 70, and then class name would be flex, then grow a pipeline, and then rink shrink line, then that would be 0. Okay, these classes. So if you check now, then search anything, so if you search shoes, s is shoes, then you can see all the shoes are here. You can search bottle, on the bottle is here. You can search pant, so that's why all pants are here. So this is okay, but we have to add more, so that's why under this div actually we'll take another div. It would be class name product content. Okay, fine. Then we'll define a p tag. Inside this p we'll define a link. We will actually define product.name here, .name here, and the true will be the above path. So this, copy this path and paste it here. So if you did this, then check. So here is the image and here is the product name. So under this p tag we can define a 6. So we'll just render product dot price and a dollar sign here. Okay, fine. Now if you search anything, that means bag, so here is the bag, then you can search pants, all the pants are here. If you hover, then you can find a id for the single product. We'll design our single product page a little bit later, but our search is functionally work. Actually you can see when the search is empty, then you cannot see anything, but when you type one or two character, then you can see the products is showing. So that's the logic here. When search term is available, then we'll just map our filter products and show our products here. Otherwise we don't show these div actually. Okay, so search functionality is done. So another awesome functionality is that we have to create a category page like this one. Here we have all categories, and by default all products will be shown here. So let me show again. So alt is selected. When you select this on, some product is filtered, and when you select others, then products will be displayed based on the categorizations. So we'll add this functionality to our website, so that's why let me close these on and these on. And here at the shop page, actually under this search component, so here we'll define another one, so that will be shop category. So that's why let me define a file here, so that would be shop category.jsx rafce, then we will have to import it under this search page. So that's why here under this search we'll define actually shop category. Okay, so if you check your website now, you can see this is the shop category components. Okay, we'll have to design these, but before that let me add some functionality. So let me format it, shift alt f, so that's why it's formatted. Now filter product, add a comment here, filter product, based on category. Okay, for this, firstly, we will define const selected category, then set, actually copy this on and paste it here, set selected category, that will be use state, and we will define it by default wall. Okay, after then we'll just define const menu item. Menu items equal, will take a square, and then we'll use a spread operator and then new, and we'll use set methods. So this is the set method, and here we'll just define data dot map, and then here we actually define a val, that means value, and arrow here, so we'll define val dot category. Okay, so very simple, we just define these on. After then we add a functionality for the filtering, so that's why const filter item, then equal, we'll just define current category, that's why current car, and then cat, actually this is current category, and then we'll check const new category, define a variable here new item equal, will filter our data from the top, so that's why this data, actually we define data here, so this data is here data dot filter, so filter method here, and we'll just check new value, so new val, then arrow sign, here we will use parenthesis, and inside this parenthesis we'll return new val dot category, then we'll check our current category, so that would be car cat. Okay, so actually what we'll do, we'll filter our product.json file, and then we'll just catch our new value, so we'll check our new value dot category. If you check your product.json file, you can see we have category, so we'll check this, so new value dot category, and from the category page we'll pass a category, so we'll check these two one, and if it matched, then we'll return it, and then we'll just define set selected category, will pass these categories, so that's I copy it and paste it here, and finally we'll define set products, and then we'll just pass this new item. Okay, so here's the logic, we will have to write this only 7-line code, so for these categorizations, and here shop category will pass some props, so the first props will be, let me define filter item equals, that would be, we'll pass this filter item function, then after then we'll pass set item, so where is the set item, actually inside the set item we actually pass set item, we actually pass our set products, so where is the set products, so here is the top set products, so pass set products, after then we'll define menu items equal, we will pass these menu items, and then set products equal, we will pass set products equal, we will pass set products, actually this set products we didn't use capitalized. Okay, it's okay if we don't define it, so let me pass these on, then we have selected category, sorry this one actually, so selected category, not set selected category, actually selected category equals selected category, check it again, we will pass filter item, and here we will pass filter item, set item equals set products, menu items equal to menu items, set products equal to set products, and finally selected category equal to selected category, we will pass these props, and from the shop category will receive those props, so that's why here first one is filter item, so copy it, paste it here, then we will have to pass set item, then menu item, then set, actually let me copy it, set products, and lastly the last one is selected category. Okay, so if you check this one, now let's design the component, so here state of this we can delete it and take a empty fragment. So here we'll take another div here. So div here, firstly let's define a class name that would be widget header, and inside this actually we'll define h5, and then here we'll define a class name that would be ms, that means margin to start, so that would be true. And here we'll define wall or wall categories. Okay, now if you check your website, there is the wall categories, and under this is 5, we'll take another div, and then we'll just map our menu items. So this is the menu items. We'll just, let me format it, we'll just map menu items. So map, then we'll just get to, so that won't be valve, and then we'll just get to on, and then arrow sign. We'll use parenthesis, and inside here we'll just return a button actually. So button components. So here we'll just pass the val. Okay, we'll define key props, and that would be id, and we'll define class name. We'll use template string here, that's why curly braces, and here we'll define m2, that means margin 2. Then we'll define a dollar sign, then selected category. If selected category equals, then check it, it would be if it's wall, actually this wall, then use ternary operators. We'll add background of it, so that would be warning, then otherwise it would be empty. Okay, and after this actually let me format it. So this is key props, let me add button here. So here we'll add one click. So on this one click we'll just define filter item of we will have to use anonymous functions. Then if filter item, then we'll pass the val actually. So if we did this and check our websites, then we'll find this one. So by default man occurs. If you hit pants, then all is pants, then boots, bags, caps, earphones, bottles. So filtering is working, but active color has gone, so that's why there is a problem, but we'll fix it soon. So here one thing, we have wall, but this is not created, so that's why let's create in. After these curly braces we'll define a button here, so that's why a button, and we will just define wall it. So here we'll define class name, that would be obviously a template string, and by default we'll define same styling. We'll define same styling, so copy it and paste it here. So double template string is here. Okay, fine. So here we have to change a little bit. So here is wall, okay, but we can just change it here. If we will have to change it here. Instead of wall we can use actually val. So if val, then warning, otherwise empty. So if you change this and now check your website, then you can see, let me refresh it. By default was is selected, and if you hit man's pant, then man pant is selected. You can choose man boots, bags, caps, headphones, earphones, man's Synapse, so everything is working by default. If you hit wall, so it's not working because we didn't define one click here, so that's why this is not working. Okay, let's do it. So this is the button, and we'll add one click, and it would be anonymous functions arrow sign, and instead of filter item we'll just define set products, and we'll just pass it data. So data is not imported, we have to import data. So let me import data from product.session. So we'll pass this data inside here. So okay, so let me go back to our shop page. Here by default all is selected. You can choose any of these, and you can hit wall actually, then wall is selected,